Salute, salute, salute. Can you guys hear me? Yo, 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 yo. I'm not sure if people can actually hear me. Oh, they can hear that. They couldn't hear the intro. I don't know what the hell just happened. Wow, that is weird. Can you guys hear me? Let me know if you guys can hear me. You can hear it? Thank you, sir. Thank you. He says I have a three-team parlay with the Pelicans, Warriors, Grizzlies. If they all win, I get 682. 682,000? I don't think so. $682? Okay. Cool, 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 cool. Salute people. What's today's mathematics, man? Hey, I'm not God body, so I do not want to talk out of turn. I know some of the. Let me say I know some of this. I know some of the terms: understanding, knowledge, wisdom, culture, cipher. A few things. I'm not God body though, so please consult your local God body experts out there. Honestly, I really don't even want to talk about this game that all that much. I really, honest to God, don't really care for this game. It was an ugly game. Watching it was pretty bad. Um, and I apologize. I got my little ripple came in today. Again, no nicotine. It's supposed to be 100% vegan. It's a Sunday. You know what I'm saying? Yes, yes. Please, 10 seconds moment of silence for Bob Saget, a guy that I grew up watching on TV. A guy who was also underrated, dirty comic in his day. Loved him on no, not, Jamie Kennedy's, the Jamie Kennedy Experience that used to come on Channel 11 or WPIX, whatever. So, moment of silence. Yes, rest in peace, Bob Saget. Salute to one of the more underrated dirty comics out there. My cousin right now, I just told him he's pissed. This dude used to show me all. This dude could not fathom that Bob Saget was a dirty comic. And bro, the dirty jokes he heard from Bob Saget, he would cry laughing. So salute to Bob Saget, may he rest in peace. You see today's mathematics and what degrees you're dealing with the Knicks. Yo, chill. I'm not God body. Please, please. I'm not God body. I do not want to get in trouble. I respect all 5 percenters, man. I don't want no smoke. What'd you say? What you say? Culture cipher? Hey, I know of them. I don't know the all the lessons, man. But suit to everybody, man. I'm gonna go over this game really quickly. There's not really much to even really talk about. I don't know why this thing keeps going back and forth to the. Oh, because you know why? I think I put it on loop or automatic. Hold on. All right, that should be better. And hold on, let me change this to. Hopefully, I get my guy Ethan in here for a little bit. Why isn't this showing up? Of course, I don't got my glasses on me. Let me take that off. Sorry, let me just fix this slideshow to make sure. All right, cool. It's actually not messed up. Do I have my glasses on me? All right, here you go. Whew. So yeah, this Knicks game was pathetic. A lot of five-out basketball by the Knicks. You saw we're out. I can't even freaking talk. Lord Jesus. Uh, did poorly against Robert Williams again. Points in the paint, we did poorly again. We set up no inside presence. We played a lot of stupid five-out basketball. Um, we still again RJ Barrett couldn't carry this team. Quickly had a good uh, game yesterday starting, but that second quarter, second, third, it was fairly putrid. Offense just could not get going. Julius Randle was off. A lot of ISO play with him. I know he's trying to set up guys well too. He did take some good takes, or have some good takes, but uh, he ran into the same issue we had with the Atlanta Hawks, where we basically had nothing to neutralize a help defender in Robert Williams. If you watched the game yesterday, how many times? Well, one, how many times you actually run the pick and roll? They said we ran about 37 times or 30 some times with about 7 touches to the big man. But I only really counted again. One of the keys I talked about was running the pick and roll with RJ and Randall, and I only counted about two of them, two pick and rolls with RJ and Randall. As you can see, the keys to the loss. Robert Williams playing like Clint Capella from last year's playoffs. I must say put playoffs there, but it wasn't pretty. Again, this guy had how many rebounds. Can't even freaking talk. Uh, how many blocks yesterday? 4. Literally just sitting in the paint playing help defense. And largely because, one, we have a very low IQ team. We have a coach who didn't adjust. And 2, we have a center who can't really space the floor. So, and can't really set screens. Really can't do much of anything besides finish at the rim. So it was just not pretty. Let me actually just update this really quickly and save this to the freaking, what's the name? So hopefully that updates in 2 seconds. And it did. All right, beautiful. It was just an ugly game, bro. RJ ran, like I said, 2 pick and rolls, terrible space. I'm gonna show a few examples. The team ran, 34 pick and rolls with the guard, but only 7 where the roll man touched the ball. We're not gonna scare anybody that has a good help defender. All they gotta do is play off of Randall and force them to try to force the Knicks to try to beat him with a Mitchell Robinson, setting poor screens, having poor spacing, not be able to space the floor. Just terrible, man. And again, we don't even have Julius Randle running the pick and roll with Mitchell Robinson. Like, why aren't we a little bit more, I would say experimental, a little bit more creative with our bigs? Julius Randle, for how physical he is, how much he loves the ball in his hands, like, haven't we learned that when he goes into ISO and he's not scoring, right? And even sometimes when he's scoring, like the Bulls game, we lose. We do nothing to throw wrinkles at the defense, man. Julius Randle was putrid yesterday. Offensively, scoring-wise, let me say. I mean, I don't even think the Celtics weren't even that impressive offensively to me. But on offense, we have nothing going. R.J. Barrett, poor mid-range shots, about 2 for 10. I know he took more shots within the mid-range, but if you count, I think it was about 10 attempts where you could argue, okay, he could take a mid-range shot. And he made about 2 of them. One was like ugly off the glass. But R.J. Barrett has a long way to go and establish himself as an all-around, I won't say all-around scorer, but a more effective scorer because they know what he wants to do. If he's not hitting from outside, he did okay from outside, 4 for 9. Yesterday, it's pretty good. But if he's not able to finish the basket, he doesn't have anything in between. And I know they're trying to get him a little bit more acclimated to shooting more shots from the mid-range. But R.J. Barrett, he has to pick it up, man. He has to pick it up. Drew Hanlon, next summer, y'all need to be working on R.J. Barrett's mid-range. This season from the mid-range, R.J. Barrett is not looking too pretty. This season from the short mid-range, he's shooting about 30%, which is lower than 33% last season. Good for the 23rd rank. Good for the 23rd percentile. Lower mid-ranges, which aren't the most attractive or prettiest, he's shooting 33%, which is lower than 36% last season, which ranks in the 37% range. All mid-range shots, he's shooting about 30%, which is lower than his 34% last season. You know what I mean? So, again, I'm out here to cotton on R.J. Barrett. That's my son, but my son got to grow up too, man. Simple as that. Simple as that. No excuse for R.J. Barrett. His mid-range shot got to be a lot better. And I'm going to show a few examples of how ugly it looked. And by the way, if you see me with the remote control, definitely got to check out the Cleveland Cavaliers versus the Golden State Warriors game because that game is, come on, it's Klay Thompson coming back. Oh, they said my mic is cutting in and out? Yo. Let me know if my mic is cutting in and out, guys. I apologize. Let me know if my... Oh, wait, hold up. That's probably why. They said you can hear me? You can hear? Let me see. Please let me know if my mic is cutting in and out. Please. Oh, could have been a Microsoft there. I apologize. I'm sorry about that. I thought everything was perfect. But let me say salute to everybody before I show some video clips. I really don't want to discuss this game anymore. Elijah. C-Mac, you troll, salute. He said, God bless Rock all day, man. God bless Rock Marcy. Y'all some carbon copies. Come on, man. Come on. Elijah Lai, salute. Julian Trent, salute. Matthew Taylor, salute. Justin L, my brother, salute. John Talento, yes. Rest in peace, Bob Saget. Gary Castillo, I want all the vegan smoke. Salute. Jay Boogie, salute. Big fan Breezy with the Brooklyn Nets vlog. Make a trade or miss the playoffs. I don't disagree with you there. But are you guys going to beat the Bucks this season? I don't know, buddy. Said Mike was good. Still Knicks fan. Salute. Hit them like, subscribe to the channel. I know it's going to be more of an intimate setting because it's not a watch along. And that's why I'm doing the jersey giveaway today, man. These are for all my legit loyal supporters. I'm joking. For the people coming to video too, I appreciate it. But I know a lot more people come on the video chats. And also, I've been very inconsistent with the weeklies. Been sick here and there and busy, so I understand I need to build up that rapport like I did maybe a year or so ago. I was on every Sunday. So definitely try to do it. I'll try to do it every Sunday. The NFL season is done. I should have a lot more time the market is not too bad yet, and Sunday is probably the best. They said how's quickly mid range progressing is actually looking a lot better. So let me just check this out real quick. And that's something I need to talk about too. Um, he had a few mid range shots yesterday, or at least one. I remember that kind of rattled around the rim for a little bit. So his shooting accuracy is actually shooting fairly well to this season. Long mid range shots, he's shooting 54%, which is better from long mid range, which was better than his 31% last season. Ranks in the 81st percentile for long mid range shots. Short mid range shots, he's shooting 41%, which is a little bit, tiny bit better than last season at 40%. Good for the 50th percentile. All mid range shots, he's shooting 44%, which is good for 63rd in the 63rd percentile. So again, it's actually his 3-point shots, which are kind of suffering a little bit. Corner 3-point shots, he's down to the 5th percentile, shooting 26%. Non-corner threes, he's shooting 38%. Which is good for the 74th percentile, 36% overall. So his mid-range shot is definitely progressing. In terms of frequencies, though, I know he's not his go-to, but also takes into account some of those long floaters. But he has taken out some of those long floaters from where he should be shooting more mid-range shots, so I'll give him credit in that. So about 8% of his shots are from that long mid-range. Like I said, 24% of his shots come from the short mid-range shot. So again, 50% of his shots are 56% of his shots are from the 3-point line. So again, he's shown little improvements here and there, right? But you know, the decision making, I think, is his biggest issue, right? Not trying to force shots, playing within the flow of the game, not taking these absurd deep threes. Just showing Chris Mullin giving a high five or a five to Klay Thompson, rocking the freaking afro. But salute to Klay Thompson. This is his first game in 2 years. But yeah, that's how he's doing for his mid-range shot. We could definitely cover that a little bit later on. I don't have any clips of his game yesterday. Suit to Andre Bryan, he said, "What I was told, Mitch offensive would have made Clint Capella play defense instead of protecting the paint." I don't know about all that. I'm gonna show a few examples that just show basically we're gonna run to that same issue just because of the spacing, and he doesn't really do like his screens are bad. One, so when the ball hand's actually attacking the basket, I'm gonna show an example of RJ Barrett. Like when they're attacking the basket, they still have the defender on them. And Robert Williams, like he doesn't have to make a decision whether either play drop coverage or play up on the ball handler because Mitch sets such bad screens that the defender gets around it. I'm gonna show an example really quickly. So I do think he would have helped in the playoffs. I do think that he would have helped against a Trae Young, even though he does play a little bit too much drop coverage. But if he's a healthy Mitch Robinson, you know, Trae Young has to throw up floaters above a Mitch Robinson, which would have helped. But you know, Tom Thibodeau gets on him about playing so much damn drop coverage. So, would we have won? I think I probably said we may have won, but I could also argue that we probably could have lost, or we still would have probably just lost anyway. Mitch Robinson there. Suit to everybody, man. Yeah, still Knicks fans, please go subscribe to the channel on YouTube. Then he said, "I'm good. The mic is good, man." Coach, fix your damn mic, man. Vic Reed, salute, man. I'm only joking, man. Yeah, Coach, you got that freaking. Got them freaking compact Presarios or something like that in this house, man. Big Shicey, that's my dog. Salute, bro. PH Scissors, salute. Be civilized, salute. He made 3 of them last game. It looked clean. He was willing to take it. Oh, you talking about the mid-range shots? You still sick? No. Well, I'm at the tail end of it. I took the rapid test today. They said I didn't have it. I took the PCR test, but it's gonna come back in a few days. I still have some I'm heavy. Like I think my body's just on that. Like, yo, let's just try to get everything out. But everything is mostly gone. I feel a lot better. Thank you for asking, sir. Anthony D, salute my guys. And where's game on TV? It's on NBA TV. I got League Pass, so I'm cheating. How do we fix this team getting a good PG? Not gonna be it, I feel. Mitch says bad screens and it stands underneath the basket on the weak side. No secondary work off the ball screen at all. Yeah, hey, let me show a few examples, man. This is some absolute jack trash that you seen from Mitchell Robinson. Let me see. And this is from the first game too. So let me actually. Song is stuck in my head now. To get it. My mic, that's not the vibe. All right, cool. I'm trying to get this thing to freaking work properly. I don't know why it's not, I'm trying to get the video to show. I swear, OBS be on some BS, man. All right, so I'm going to show a few examples from the first game. Hold on, let me transition. So slow-mo, this is between Burks. This is probably Mitch's best screen. Hold on, let me, why does OBS do this? My Lord. All right. So it's the first screen. I'm going to show Mitch. This is the first game, excuse me. Mitch Robinson sets a somewhat of a screen. This is probably the best screen I've seen him throw, where Brown actually gets a bump. And Mitch Robinson rolls to the basket. Now here, why can't it freaking stop? So right here, I mean, Lord Jesus, OBS. I don't need this trash. And let me know if you guys can. You should not be able to hear the video. I don't see any volume for the video on right now. But again, Mitch Robinson, because he can't shoot the pick and pop now, more cerebral big man who can actually roll to the basket. It's like set proper schemes, roll to the basket, and shoot a little mid-range shot. They would read Robert Williams a little bit better, right? They see Robert Williams is playing a little bit of drop coverage, right? So that means that space, that area where you see like right in front of Marcus Smart, that should be an open shot for Mitch. But because Mitch can't shoot, Burks has to keep driving to the basket. He has really no option. Robert Williams could play that. He could just play off of both Burks and Mitch. And I mean, let me give excellent footing by your boy Robert Williams. But Burks again takes the shot. He really has no option. Mitch Robinson's rolling to the basket like it's nothing. Instead of him just stopping at the foul line and providing that option because he can't shoot. You know, so let me obviously he should have stopped. He just can't stop at the foul line. And that is the first game. This is one we won. So this is RJ Barrett again. The first game gets a hat. Look at this. Like, what type of screen? Like, yo, son. What type of screen is this, my guy? What did you do here? Like Head-Eye said, who are you enlightening? Who are you exciting? Exciting doesn't make sense. Just terrible screens, man. Oh, I went way back too far. Terrible screens by Mitch. Look at this. What work does Marcus Smart do? And then look at this. Mitch rolls to the basket, but Robin was like, well, I could just stay right here. I could stay right here. And so, look at this. I could play on Mitch and play the rest of the lane on RJ. Look at this. RJ goes up, gets blocked. Now, obviously, on this one, I would love if RJ could jump in the air and then get that sneaky pass to Mitch. I've seen it before. Well, actually, we've seen another way where he does a wraparound pass. But it's like, yo, son, are you serious, dogs? My guy, another block. Like, come on, son. So let me get to the second game. So this is Randall. And this is where we talk about the Clint Capella issue. Mitch Robinson, and again, the way I would try to mitigate the help defense, or not mitigate, let me use a better word, neutralize the help defense. Let me run the pick and roll with Randall and Mitch. You look around the league, other capable big men are running the pick and roll. Jokic runs the pick and roll sometimes with bigs on his team, bro. He used to run it sometimes with Plumlee when Plumlee was there. I know guys are missing out. It's a little bit different. But still, they run it with Zeke. Bro, come on, man. Come on. IKBM, he says, Jimmo, you better man than me. You willfully give yourself gray hairs. It's like, I want to be fair, bro. I'm going to get to the draft stuff. I want to talk about draft stuff, but yo, shoot everybody in the chat, man. We got 40 people watching, 32 likes. Hit them likes, subscribe, bro. For the people that are in the chat, again, I'm doing a jersey giveaway, so please make sure that you stay tuned. I appreciate the people coming in for the Sunday talk, the Sunday weekly. Gmo is showing what we're always talking about. Woohoo. I look at this team now. We're a floor team. Look at this. Look as Randall goes up, gets blocked. Where's Mitch? Can someone do a Where's Waldo on Mitch? He's right behind, like Robert. Look at the space, like no flashing, no nothing. Look at this. He's just staying on the block, nothing. And Randall, a dumb play about Randall. He has Horford on him. Wrong time to do that type of play, bro. Wrong time to go ISO when you see the help defense lurking. It's the same thing we had against the Hawks. You know what also helps there? Putting Randall's butt in the low block. Putting Randall's freaking butt in the low block helps a lot. Now Robert is a lot more exposed. Oh Lord Jesus, man. Dogs, another one. Randall against Horford. Look at Mitch. Hey, I want to play down low in the block and do nothing. Randall goes up. Get out of here. Go home. What are you talking about, boy? Let me show that one more time. Again, let's look at the space. Like, this is just not basketball, bro. 4 in, 1 out. But Mitchell Robinson's not even setting the screen. He's stuck down low. Ugly basketball. Stupid basketball. We played right into the Celtics' hands yesterday, bro. Look at that. Yo, dogs, man. I'm just so like, yo, son, I don't know, bro. And then y'all want to see the few times Randall and RJ actually ran a pick and roll. I think I only have the one example. There were 2 times they ran it. But just look, and coach also called us out in the post game how poor the spacing was, because I remember the play exactly. But going forward, this might be a lost season. It is what it is. I think it's a lost season. I think after that January 23rd schedule, we're about done. I really don't think we have a chance. We're losing these games now that we have to have, and we can't even beat them. So let me just show this garbage pick and roll that we ran yesterday with Randall and RJ. And I put the fault a lot on RJ too, but they need to run more of this so these guys can actually get acclimated to freaking playing together. And of course, my freaking OBS goes to a whole different clip that I didn't click on. So again, pick and roll RJ and Randall. Why can't I just rewind this? So RJ gets it. Again, not a great screen by Randall. I mean, Randall's... Yo, Randall picked off RJ more than he picked off Tatum. Watch RJ. RJ's hand slipped. Yo, this team is trash, son. RJ's arm got more of a screen from Randall than Tatum did. Tatum had less contact with Randall than RJ did. Now look at this. This is where we talk about RJ needing that freaking mid-range shot, right? He needs to have it because Horford is playing drop, and you see the God. I'm gonna call Robert Williams the God against the Knicks, bro. Robert Williams is just lurking, and Mitch Robinson, Mitch is not gonna do nothing, right? And the thing about it is that you hope if Robert Williams was by himself on an island, if he was the one that was guarding Randall, it's different, but he wasn't, right? Because then you'd actually have. Well, Mitch would probably have somebody else. It doesn't even matter. I might even explain that. But anyway, on this, let me just get back to the screen, bro. I got so flustered from just watching it, and it was like Randall set a better screen on RJ than on Tatum. Look at this. So RJ again makes a not. So RJ here. This is where we talk about RJ's hesitation dribble, right? Starting and stopping, right? And this is what he did perfectly. He had a really good game against the Pacers, doing that, right? Catching your boy Miles Turner. But what I realized about is that Miles Turner was directly involved in a lot of plays where RJ Barrett was attacking the basket. In terms of he was like the big man that RJ switched onto and whatnot. But unfortunately, the Celtics had most of their people, and they could play a Robert Williams away and have Horford basically as a first layer of defense, and have Williams as a help. But just look at this. Look at this. This is where you want RJ to attack a little bit more, dribble a little bit more. It's Al Horford, who's actually a good defender on the pick and roll. I ain't going to kill him. He's okay, especially against the big man. I think he's average against the pick and roll ball handlers. But this is where RJ needs to attack that paint a little bit more. So you give Randall a little bit more space on the roll. On the one miraculous roll that Randall actually took. As Klay Thompson makes his first points. Suited Klay Thompson's first points in how many? 2.5 years? What is it? But Randall gets it. Tries a and then look at this, just nothing doing. Lose the ball. Again, Roberts in a. It's just look at this. Just like the two guys who should be running the pick and roll. Now, if Tom Thibodeau goes to a lot more often, that's fine. But RJ and Randall need to have that 2-man game. Randall and Mitch need to have that 2-man game. If you want to neutralize these help defenses, you got to have Mitchell Robinson involved to expose the big man. He can't just be sitting down there, bro. He just can't. And another thing too, Randall, and nothing bad by the Knicks. The Knicks, in terms of IQ yesterday, they couldn't realize that they didn't recognize the refs were calling a physical game. So at that point, the Celtics had the advantage with Robert Williams. Randall was trying to go up and attack the back. Like, yo, bro, come on, son. Like, you can't be this dumb. You can't be. So, just a depressing game, man. I don't want to talk about this anymore. RJ Barrett talked about his poor mid-range shots. Let me show a few mid-range shots by RJ Barrett. I'm waiting for my boy, blame Ethan. I'm waiting for Ethan. He said he'd be here in 10 minutes, so I'm waiting for Ethan to show up. So I'll definitely get to the draft stuff once Ethan comes through. Comes through like a teacup Yorkie. I think Jadakiss said something like that. Doesn't make sense. Teacup Yorkie's like a dog, right? Let me get to a few examples of RJ Barrett's developing mid-range game. This is from the first game. He drives. Instead of him taking that mid-range shot right there at the foul line, like stopping and popping, he goes for an ill-advised floater. RJ, in the second game, gets a handoff by Randall. Randall sets another poor screen as usual. RJ drives. On this play, though, let me be honest. RJ should have made the pass to Randall. That pass should have been made to Randall. That's all on RJ. And this again has to go. Oh crap! Why does this freaking OBS crap do this to me, son? Sorry about this. My OBS is going crazy, bro. Ugh, what's wrong with this app? It's okay. RJ, sorry about that. Randall hands off to RJ in a pick and roll, and this is where RJ right here, and also RJ. He's done a better job since last season, but this is why I didn't like what RJ Barrett should have done. You need to trap your boy Brown on the hip. Trap Brown on the hip. That pass to Randall is easy peasy. I know it sounds mad corny, but RJ Barrett has to do a better job. And here again, the pick and roll floater. He needs to be able to stop and pop if he's gonna take that shot. But again, he made a bad play. Should have caught Brown on the hip. Should have made the pass to Randall. RJ Barrett gets the ball for Mitchell Robinson. No screen. Oh well, initially no screen. Another screen. The second time, and then here he shoots straight bricks. Word to OJ the Juice. Oh no, he shoots that one off the backboard. But there's another one where I think this might be it. No, it's not it. This one he shoots a baseline. Time winding down again. Air ball. Oh Lord Jesus Christ. Excuse me. I don't want to say Lord's name. And Taj, Cypher Soares. Look at the beauty of Taj's screens. Look at how beautiful. This is not even a perfect screen by Taj. But it's so much more better than every freaking bum on our team that it looks like it. He looks like freaking Karl Malone on the screen over here compared to everybody else. Look how he plants his feet to actually. Oh crap! Let me cut off the dude's hips so he can't slide easily. He has to get around me. Oh crap! And then RJ has to be able to hit this shot right here, but he shoots straight bricks. Word to OJ the Juice Man. Quarter pound, half a pound, up the pound, hey. And RJ Barrett resetting. And look, we want RJ Barrett the ball in his hands. Tries to be Grant Williams, who played a decent game yesterday. Defensively, RJ Barrett drove into contact and then tried to take the shot again. RJ Barrett has to learn step back shots, using a dribble to create space instead of trying to bully his way and push off. Like Grant Williams, again, like we talked about, he's a football player. So it was dumb for him to try to do that. But yeah, RJ Barrett's mid-range game leaves a lot to be desired. Again, I ain't making no excuse for RJ Barrett. He has to show improvement, man. He has to show improvement, and show that he can be. I have so much gas. He can score on different levels, bro. I know he's been taking, and I want to give him props because he was attacking the ball a little bit more compared to some previous games. I did have some stats for the last 3 games before last game talking about RJ Barrett attacking the rim. But let me look at the stats now, just because it is an extra game, and I do want to count all the bad stats as well too. I don't want to cheat for RJ Barrett. In terms of his finishing at the rim, he was making more of a concerted effort. But again, RJ Barrett's a plan A, sometimes plan B type of player. He has to be able to play more within the flow of a single possession. He has to be able to read what the defense is giving him and take what the defense is giving him, right? Not just, okay, I have the idea to shoot the mid-range shot off the screen. I'm going to do that. So I know people like to say it all the time. Oh, he's very robotic. And to some degree, his thinking, it's not just his play. His thinking is very robotic. So RJ Barrett has to show improve, man. That's my son, but he has to show improve. And I just want to look up some stats for Let me see if it pulls up. I pull up. And of course, I'm wearing the Bruno Fernandes jersey today, man. Y'all better put respect on my son's name. Watch your mouth. Don't talk nothing about no Manchester United. Watch your mouth, all right? So R.J. Barrett this season for the last 4 games, since December 29th, he is shooting 60% at the rim, which is not great, in the 31st percentile. He is shooting 42% for the mid-range shot, which is 44th percentile. Non-corner threes, he's shooting about 42%, but corner threes, he's shooting terribly at 22%. Versus for the season, R.J. Barrett, regardless to the rim, he is for the whole season, 57% at the rim, 30% from the mid-range shot. So he is shooting better from the mid and at the rim, but he still has some ways to go. So there's some progress, but in terms of decision making, he has to show some improvement. Let me see a few people in the chat before we start talking about this draft. Let me see. IKBM, 100%. They know it. This is a thing. But let me see. Bruno looking suspect season, fam. Yo. He is looking a little suspect. That's my guy. But the 4-2-2-2 formation, I'm not sure if it. Well, one, we don't have the horses to run it. And we really have nobody who can get it to Bruno in the midfield, bro, when we're on attacks. Like, if you see McTominay, he's one of the worst in space. He can't make passes forward. I don't know why we don't play VDB. It is what it is. You got to tell me, bro. We just don't have good midfielders who can actually get it to an attack, a number 10 who can make those passes. Let me see. RJ's a bus. Man, David Piccolo, chill out, bro. I'm waiting for Ethan, bro. So if you're not here yet, the top 5, blame it on Ethan. Oh, Ethan's finally in the building. As I have to fit. Yo, Lord Jesus, why? Yo, salute to my brother Ethan in the building. Salute, bro. How you doing, fam?
Oh, it was good.
This guy here. All right, I'm gonna switch over to the.
Dre, yeah, I'm watching the Warriors game right now.
Yeah, we know. All right, so let's move on from that awful game. I don't want to talk about that trash anymore, man. Let me see. I hate 4-4-2, 5-4-1 all day. Nick don't know about no damn soccer, man. What are you talking about? 5-4-1. Shut up, Nick. This guy, Nick. Nick is an Arsenal fan. What do they know about soccer? They don't know nothing about soccer. After 2006, they don't know nothing about soccer. All right. So RJ's a G League. Damn, Kenny Payne. All right. Vaping at NYC Diesel. Nah, they said this is like supposed to be vapors and stuff. Like it's not like the typical. It's not like the metallic stuff and that stuff. So it's whatever. Ripple, is it in you? All right, let's talk about this draft. Ethan. Now, let me preface by saying this. Ethan sent me this list a while ago. His thoughts may have changed. We could definitely talk about it. So I don't want to kill Ethan about, things might be. These are his opinions, but, this is on me. I had a lot of stuff to do. We were supposed to have this episode a while ago. But let's talk about this draft, Ethan. I want to ask you first and foremost, bro. How do you feel about this overall draft, my guy?
Oh, I said a million times. It's crap. It's ass. There's no. I hate the fact that the Knicks are losing this year instead of last year.
It is. I've watched so much. I just finished watching Ty Washington.
Bro, like he had 17 assists yesterday, but it was just like, all right, some impressive passes, but it was literally like nothing impressive to me at all. Bro, he can't beat his. Yeah. He's 6 foot, right? And he can't beat his man.
No. He's not. He's like 6'5".
He's not 6'5".
Bro, Ty's tall, bro.
There's no way.
Ty's tall, bro. Come on, man. I don't like him yet. Oh, sorry. Well, I tell you, he's 6'3".
He's 6'3", yeah. Like
6'3".
I thought he was like a 6'2", like 6'1", 6'2" type dude. Because like he doesn't play big at all.
He has a decent wingspan. Like on defense, you see it, but on offense, I agree with you. Wingspan. Right.
Defensively, he has a good wingspan, but it's like offensively, right? He's a small point guard who can't beat his defender off the dribble.
Yeah, he is. He cannot. I've watched 5 games. Like scout it. There are a few games like I watched the Duke game. I actually watched that twice, but I didn't write any crazy notes in it. And I watched Ohio State. I watched a few of them on Ty Washington. Not Ohio, sorry, Ohio, not Ohio State. I just was not impressed with his on ball skills. But and they don't use him on the ball. You know what's crazy? Go to the Ohio State game. I think that's the one where Severe Moore got hurt off of a screen, and they no. There's one game where literally they needed Ty to step up as like a primary guard. It might be Ohio, and literally like they just it was weird. Like it just didn't. Like he just was not. They just went back to like more passing on the outside. They're big. That guy Tashwibi. I can't pronounce his name. Tashib
Tashigi, yeah,
yeah. And they just went. They like went to him on a high post. Like it was. It's tough with Ty because with Ty, here's why I don't want to miss with Ty. I don't want to have another Tyrese Halliburton situation. I don't want to miss out on a guy who could play off guard, and maybe he's being held back by one, the system, and two, the fact that in our eyes we see him as like as an off guard. You know what I mean? And that was my biggest issue with Halliburton because I was on and off with Halliburton because one, he like never penetrated into the paint. Pause. And he wasn't a guy who could beat his man, but it's like you kind of see him grow within his roles of off guard now with the Kings, and he's also attacking the basket a little bit more. But like in terms of like free throw draw, like Ty never goes to the line, bro. His free throw draw rate's like 9%, bro.
Yeah, he doesn't. But the thing I will say about Ty, the one aspect I like about his game the most is he has great anticipation on the court.
He does.
The way he's able to set up his teammates is absolutely stupid because he makes the pass 2 seconds before his teammates there, and it's always on time as well. So he can be your lead distributor on a team. It's just I don't know how he fits offenses. Like he doesn't fit this offense. Like the Knicks offense, he doesn't fit that role. Like he'll set up the bigs, but we don't have enough skilled bigs.
Right.
And we don't have great cutters on this team too. And Nick G said he likes Patrick Baldwin. No.
Oh no. Nick G. I'm gonna get low. We gonna get spicy. We are gonna get spicy. But let's talk about the top five. Nick G, you my guy, bro. You would be. Like, I know you didn't like Boak Night and all that stuff. Trust me, Nick. You will not like Patrick Baldwin Jr. Let's just get to the top five. Let's get to the top five. I don't because Patrick Baldwin Jr. gets me pissed. He gets me pissed.
No, I'm not gonna hold you. I like Patrick Baldwin Jr.
Nope.
His first 5 games, because I thought like, bro, this dude is like 6'10". He kind of reminds me of MPJ. If he ever commits defensively, he can like be that dude who could guard 3 through 4. But it's like, yo, he just like he looks like he doesn't care half the time.
He Patrick Baldwin Jr. When I'm talking about, he could shoot and go on hot streaks. He can shoot and go on hot streaks. Everything else. And I'm gonna have draft videos on everybody, bro. My Google Drive right now, I have about 7, 8 names where I have all my scouting reports. I'm getting busy this season, bro. I'm not playing around. Like this season, in terms of find out what's good or not, you have to do a lot of work because it's just I'm seeing Jalen Duren going 5th, 6th, bro. Ethan, please, can you please talk to these guys about Jalen Duren, please.
Jalen Duren's a 6'9" James Wiseman with less skill. That's why I see him. Like the Memphis thing is like the fact that they went to the same college doesn't matter. Like you can look at their high school tape, right? Because that's all I had to base Wiseman off of his high school tape. They have the same high school tape except Wiseman is 7'1" and he's a big body and Wiseman has touch around the rim. And I don't think Duren has touch around the rim. So
no.
And he has like no touch, and I think Wiseman has 10 times better hands than Duren has, and they both have the same like horrible post breaks and
Wiseman has a lot of
defender in the post, but like this dude Duren, right? It's not like he's a Kungu where he's 6'9", but he makes up for it with his lateral movement. He can't do that, so I don't understand the fact where I see him going top 10.
He's a 6'9". Look. He's a 6'9" dude still stuck playing as a 6'9" big in height. But even he played some on the ball in high school too. But at Memphis, bro, in the few games I've watched, and I haven't truly like thoroughly scouted him. But there were games I was falling asleep, and I'm just like, this in terms of post-up moves, non-existent. In terms of presence like at the rim, like in terms of establishing himself. You see games here and there, but it's not consistent. 6'9", doesn't set great screens, can't space the floor. Yeah, that Memphis program. You saw that tweet right about that your boy Monty Bates is no longer
Amani.
seen as a player that teams could build around. I mean, he has another year in college, but yeah, that
Yeah,
team
and
is
plus he had a good game today, but I still think he could be a top 15 pick next year. But they're 100% right. He's not a franchise altering type player. He's stupid on the court.
yeah.
The
I
things he
don't see that.
does on the court are actually stupid.
So let's start with your top five, man. Let's start with your number one guy. I'm saying Banquero. Mr. Mr. Brazilian over here. Talk to the people about Pablo Banchero. I can't talk. Wrote down some strengths and weaknesses that I gathered from his game. He is averaging about 17.3 points this season, 49.4% from the field, 34% from three, 7.5 rebounds, 2.3 assists. Some of his strengths, he's a 3-level scorer. Oh crap! And I forgot to put another quote there. Lord Jesus, I'm so terrible at diction. Pause. Smooth jumper, bully ball ability, can finish through contact, excellent handle for a big, quick first step. Some of his weaknesses: good, not great at most skills. Kind of a jack of all trades. But he's not a bum. Like he's not. He's not like not good. He's not. I wouldn't call him like a Joe Smith, but he's not elite
Like
in
his
some of these things. Right?
weaknesses aren't that weak, if you understand.
Right,
Like
but his strengths aren't like they're not dominant.
his strengths aren't that strong. He's not dominant as a player, but like he's midway in both his strengths and weaknesses. If
Right.
you make any sense.
So yeah, talk to the people about Paulo Banchero, man. What are your thoughts on the big man from Duke?
So he's like when he's a vertical
Excuse me.
he's a vertical attacker. He doesn't have burst or twitch when he attacks the rim. The one thing I'll say about Paulo is that the one thing that impressed me the most, and when I watched some of his tape, and Duke doesn't use him often creating wise, but when he attracts double teams out of either the high post, low post, or even on the perimeter, when he attracts double teams, he can make tough passes to cutters that I've seen him make. So he has great vision in my eyes.
Hmm.
That's one of the things I like about him. Um, he's a solid shooter, but I don't really know about that. I don't know how well that's gonna translate because his shot just looks iffy to me. Like I knew
Really?
he makes a decent amount, like 34% from three. Like, but I don't really know how well that's gonna round out into the NBA.
Hmm.
Like I don't know how to say. He's gonna have a good face up game going into the league. He doesn't have a good back to the basket game. He's not a great. He's not gonna be a versatile defender. Like he won't. He's not the forward that you can switch out to a small forward. He's not a versatile defender, but he's probably the most polished offensive player in this draft. And I can
Hmm.
easily see him going to a team and putting up 16 easily.
With Pablo, so I liked what I saw in terms of his post up when he played against Duke. Sorry, Duke against UK that first game. He kind of treated those guys like they were kids. Like I thought he had a nice post up play. We spun baseline, hit that jump. I forgot exactly who was guarding him, and obviously against a Chet, we were all watching it. Chet kind of looked small against Pablo Banchero. But the thing about it is that he does have for what he is. He's very polished at his game. I wonder about the upside and if he's truly a number one guy. And then also being
Yeah,
drafted by he's going to be drafted by presumably a poor team or a weak team. How they utilize him, right?
yeah. So the best situation for him is to go to Detroit.
Mm.
The best situation for
Hold
him
up,
is Detroit.
you don't think Bobo's the future?
Bro,
I'm sorry,
I
I'm sorry,
I
I'm
want to see
joking.
Bobo play just for the memes, but nah, the
Uh,
best situation for him is definitely go to play with Cade because
ooh.
Cade can actually set him up.
I like that. I see K
I
is
like
so it's so weird with K because we always talked about how polished he was, right? But out of all the rookies, the top five, let me say not all, but the top five rookies, right? His situation,
is the worst.
yeah, he's more dependent on how the team is built around him. I think more than anybody, because I still see Jalen Green, Mobley is gonna be fine. I mean, he's already on a improving situation.
Mobley is gonna be the best player in the draft. I said that last
Ooh,
year. I said it. for the draft.
Gotta wait. Because Kaminga could still be that. I'm not sure. I think Barnes might have the highest floor out of anybody. Out of that
The
top
highest
five.
floor. I think Mobley has the highest floor right now. You see what he's doing? Like
True, 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 true. Fair enough.
Mobley right now, in my opinion, has the highest floor because he already has an offensive game where he can go to the mid range, attack the paint, and he's can guard 1 through 5.
Now there is one team that could pick up Paolo. How do you feel about this team, the Magic? How do you think
Do they
about that
need
fit?
more 6'9" forwards? Like, bro, they need
By
to
the way,
trade.
I want to throw a second for freaking Jonathan Isaac. I know he's still
Yeah, like I
hobbling,
love
but
Jonathan Isaac, but like, dude, he's had a torn ACL for 2 years and hasn't, and
I
he apparently
know,
can't even run yet.
I know, bro. They somebody say he was still hobbling the other day, bro. That's not good,
Yeah,
man.
so it's a weird because if you're Orlando, you're gonna have two. Like Franz can be your solid defender on the wing, but then you're pairing Franz with what you call it, Paulo, and apparently they want to move forward with Cole Anthony, so that's another weak defender as it is
Right.
because he's not great either. Suggs wasn't great on defense this year for the time that played, but I think he can become a good
No, he
defender.
actually was. He actually wasn't bad on defense. It was his shooting. He just was not accurate
Yeah, no, he
whatsoever.
wasn't. He wasn't bad on defense, but he wasn't like good at all. Like,
Excuse me.
there's like I seen Suggs get killed by like some guards. I saw him got killed. I saw him got killed by Kyle Lowry, but a couple times. But it's a weird fit because I just think Paulo, if the perfect fit for him is Detroit,
Detroit.
and the perfect fit for
Mm,
Cato as well is getting Paulo next to him.
that would be interesting. So you got Paolo to the not the Rockets. They have too many guys who need the
Yeah,
ball in
but
their
no,
hands.
no Rockets. I think that's the worst fit for him.
What about? Well, no, I don't see this. I was gonna say OKC, but I don't know how Paolo and if they put the ball in Giddy's hands, I don't know if that works. And they still have
Yeah, I know
Pokusevsky, who they
because
gotta.
too much, too much defensive liabilities, and OKC is gonna go after the high upside pick.
You know who he could work for, even though I don't know if they'll get the pick, but they do have this team projected in the top six. Portland. When was the last time they had a big who could like Nurkic just keeps getting hurt. It is what it is. I know he's playing this season, but he's just been too unreliable. And I think they were trying to move from last season. But if Paolo, now if they're trying to salvage this whole Dame thing, if he's not traded, that could be a young player that could come in and give you 15 off the back and be a scoring option for that team and give you some type of scoring presence, consistent scoring presence with a little bit of dynamic skill, right? Be able to attack the basket with the ball in his hands. He does have a quick first step. He's not the most explosive, but he does have a quick first step. Paolo, that would be interesting. I doubt the Blazers get the number one pick, and I don't see Paolo moving. But Paolo is your number one. I'm gonna say my top five too, but I just want to get to Ethan's first and foremost. But because Paolo's not my, yeah, some people already know my top number one guy is. But let's get to your number two, Ethan. Who is your number two player in this draft, my guy?
Jabari Smith.
Oh Lord. Oh. Oh. And by the way,
Jabari's
salute to
personally my
DJ Kingsley.
favorite prospect, but I just can't put him over Paulo. He's personally my favorite, but I just can't put him over Paulo. Not
Jabari.
yet. He's just
All
so
right,
raw.
talk about.
He's just like so raw because his developmental like he's not of the Paul George mold because I don't know where he fits on the floor, right?
Mm.
It's like he plays the power forward spot for Auburn, and he plays within the system, but there's also people saying that the system is limiting him, but the system actually fits him because it lets him shoot and it lets him like bring the ball up from half court and pull up for a three, and he makes out them to a 44% clip. But it's like his face up game is he has no back to the basket game whatsoever. I'm telling you, whatsoever. And in close games for Auburn, they give him the ball, and
Mm-hmm.
he can't really do much because when they know that the double when he knows the double team is coming, he panics because his dribble isn't that strong yet. He needs to develop. He has a solid face up game, the 1 or 2 dribble face up game, but his 2 to 4 dribble face up game is extremely limited and not good at all. So he's extreme. He's a raw scorer,
Mm-hmm.
but his versatility defensively and the fact that his shooting percentages are stupid. And if all you have to do is teach this dude some moves, like you're not teaching him how to shoot. You're not teaching him how to defend. You're just teaching him how to like get some go-to moves. So that's why I think he's like my favorite prospect because like that's the least I have to work on. I just have to teach this dude like one or two go-to moves, and he's a 20-point per game scorer.
My thing with Jabari, right? And I hope people don't make this comp because he's not really this. When people talk about say Evan Mobley, he's not Evan Mobley. Evan
He's
Mobley
not.
is a
He looks like
stronger
Evan
player.
Mobley, but he's not.
He looks like him. Evan Mobley is a lot more composed at USC and has a lot more strength. Like you watch Jabari, and here's the thing I'm a little bit concerned with. Now, let me give him his flowers. Jabari Smith in terms of shooting, advanced as a big. He can shoot from the outside, right? If say the worst you can get, the most you get from him was he's just a space big, you'll be fine. He could be a 15 point average
He
in the
has a low
NBA.
floor in the league too. Like he's a high floor in the league too. My mistake. Like he can easily just come in and if like nothing pans out, he'll just be a versatile defender who can get you 14 points a game. Like he has an extremely high floor as well.
He, but here's the thing, a concern I have with him. Now you mentioned something that I agree with big time. His post up non-existent. I know if you look at say the numbers, because I was looking at Synergy the other day, it says post up and stuff, but they count post ups like if you have your back turned and you turn it around and face up and just attack. If you have your back turned for 2 seconds, it'll count as a post up. I watched his games, bro, and he does not have that. His post up game. The thing I'm concerned about him is that he's a 6'9" player, but you on both ends of the floor, you never see him actually be able to assert his physicality on players. If you watch his defense, you can watch how many games he gets beat by ball handlers. Like his help defense is not like it's not like eye popping. You would think for a 6'9" guy with that wingspan, the way he moves, he would be a lot. Also laterally too, sometimes he moves kind of weird on defense. 2 times I saw him literally fall on his right knee. Not saying he's injured, knock on wood. But they're like 2 times I'm watching him, and when he moved to his right, he just like stumbles. I'm like, what the like? And those are 2 separate games, right? But if you watch him against some of the other ball handlers, he's sometimes slow laterally on defense. Like his reaction times are slow. It's not Obi Toppin level, but is not where you'd want it because he's gonna get switched onto a lot of smaller guards, and you want to be able to use that size and that strength and that length pause on defense to neutralize teams when they switch on you or run the pick and rolling, right? Nothing with him too. The when he's attacking the basket, when you watch these games at Auburn, I think he's able to finish a lot of times because of
He's just bigger.
right. He's bigger, but in terms of moves to the basket, he's not adept yet. Now,
He
some
doesn't
games
have
you see him here and there, right? But some games you're wondering, okay, he's this big dude. Like, why is he not able to finish at the basket a little bit better? And I have all the games and stuff scouted here. I'm just trying to look at some games I can refer you guys to. Like for instance, when you talk about the post up game, you go to UCF game, he gets pushed around the post a little bit. He needs to work on things like sealing his man off. His mid-range shooting in that game was a little bit off too. Sloppy dribbling as well too. He's not the like people say he's a ball handler. I think he's best with the ball in his hands on transition. Like he's like one of those guys like
Yeah.
long striders. Like when he catches the ball and it's okay, I gotta make a decision to dribble and bring it up. He can do that. But in terms of the half court and dribbling and getting by guys and having those moves and stuff,
He
he
can't be
will
your
struggle.
half court playmaker.
Right,
He
right.
literally can't. But the thing I will say about Jabari though, right? He needs to go to a coach who he needs to learn a lot of defensive principles because he has the build to be a really good defensive player. Just that when he's like when he faces up against guards, right, and like
Mm-hmm.
he doesn't know how to properly move his feet yet, or use his wingspan to his advantage because he often puts one hand up instead of putting them both out. And if he just puts both out, he can easily just close off the guard's driving lanes. But he like it's little things like that that he just doesn't understand yet.
You know why Ethan said that, guys? Because Ethan's still in high school. In
Bro,
high school, bro, I was forced to keep my hands up, bro. Once you leave high school, bro, they don't teach. Not saying people don't, but it's just that hard
bro,
work.
because like my
I know
coach
I
told
know
me
where Ethan's coming
all the
from, bro.
time.
In high school, so you have to have your hands up all the time. That after high school, bro, this is like yeah, just you know. But no,
No,
yeah,
he's like, bro, I get yelled at that for all the time. I'm like, yo, Jabari could actually do that and he'll be fine.
yeah. I mean, the length is there, bro. But I just wonder a little bit how teams are going to develop him because he has the measurables, the skill there. When I look at Jabari Smith, when you say if he could be the number one guy in this draft, he can be, but teams have to be a little bit patient with him, right? It's not about putting a ball in his hands and you get Mobley. That's not going to be it. Now I'll give you this: if y'all want to see him play zone breaker, go watch the Syracuse game. That game, and I'm gonna talk about my scouting video. He mutilated that zone. Like in terms of playing zone breaker, be able to hit the little mid range shot. Sometimes he says we're gonna mid range shot, but be able to hit that shot sometimes or make the pass at a big underneath. Especially if the defense plays way up, he has those skills. He has those chops. He has the IQ to play in a zone. So I give him credit in that regard. But he has a long way to go. Now, who do you think will take him? Where do you think he's gonna go?
I think the Spurs are the perfect fit.
Ooh.
I think the Spurs are the perfect fit for Chet and Jabari.
Nick G says, Jima, why are you talking about first of all, this is all just basketball talk. Again, I'm expanding outside just Knicks. We're gonna talk about Knicks too. I love my Knicks, but I'm talking about all things basketball. So if you're not a Knicks fan, if you're a team of we come in for draft talk. We come in for talking about other NBA teams and stuff as well too. It's not just about Knicks, but it's primarily Knicks. But we're gonna be talking about some other stuff as well. So Nick G, if you want to join Nick G, you're more than welcome to join. It's the same link I gave you from last time. So if you need it, let me know. Now we have Coach Color Blocks in the building. Let's see what. So there's my Coach Color Blocks. Salute, sir.
What's up?
So did you hear about our first two guys? I'm pretty sure you did. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Did you want to talk about Paolo first, or first of all, do you want to give us your top player in this draft if it hasn't been mentioned already, or
I think it's Jabari Smith.
Let's talk about it, man. So we already talked ad nauseum, man. Give us your thoughts on Jabari Smith.
I think. Well, I guess it's more of. Let me just backtrack. There's no clear number one this year, and I think for the first time in 5-6 years, it's really going to depend on March. I think this year. Because all the top 5 guys are in top teams this year. Yeah, they're all gonna. So it's really gonna depend on what happens in March. Because right now you could just kind of flip a coin for me, and if any of those guys stand out, they'll be the number 1 pick. And then obviously team match and all that X, Y, and Z. But I'm really waiting until March to make my final assessments.
And that's what I said. That I think we talked about it before. I think that out of all the players, Jabari, Chet, and Paolo, I think Paolo could thrive the most in March Madness.
Yeah, well, I mean, I have no idea, so we'll see.
But you know who I'm scared about too, who's rising up because of recent play? Johnny Davis. And
right.
He looks like the perfect college riser. But in the NBA, I think he might be pedestrian. I watch this game. I'm not itching on him. He has a weird twitch in his shot. He's not particularly like the fastest player or the quickest or the most dynamic. He did put up like 37 the other night, I believe, against Purdue.
And he's the dude who dropped 30 on Houston, right?
Was that him? Let me look at the stats. I think he had 37 against Purdue. He's a 2-year player. I mean, he's a solid guy, but he's rising up. Now I see him like in a top 5. Really, outside of the top 4, and let me even just say, I'll put Chet because Chet will be in that top 4. He's my 4th, but I'll get to my list. That top 5, bro, that 5th person, toss up, and not in a good way. So yeah, he had against Purdue, he had 37. And then who did you say, Ethan? You just mentioned?
Houston
Game, he had
30.
He had 30.
He had 30. He had 30, right?
Yeah, he had 30.
Yeah, I think I watched one of those games. He's a good shooter. He's not all that.
Yeah, he's solid.
All that to say, I think my number 1 is Jabari Smith. Yeah.
Any notes from high school, sir? Come on, you got to give us some juice, man.
You know who he reminds me of watching a few of his games this year, Jabari Smith? Atlanta Hawks version of Al Horford.
He's more explosive. Al Horford.
He's a better athlete. Yeah, he's a better athlete.
Al Horford had a better game coming out of Florida. Finesse game, shooting.
The rangy center with the good body. He's a better athlete than Horford. But they're gonna face him up a lot. You know what I mean? They kind of ran. I'm talking about Atlanta version. They kind of ran the offense through him a little bit. Actually, no, they did run the offense through him. He faced up a lot.
No, because remember they had
Joe Johnson
had
was
Smith. There. They had but Smith was a small for Joe Johnson.
Smith was out of there. Smith was out of there. I think he's on Detroit. It was the year Horford made the All-Star team, and it was him and Johnson and Korver. And they basically, I remember them.
Didn't they have Teague? Yeah, Teague's really.
It might have been Teague there too, but
wait, hold up. The year that Horford made the All-Star team, that was in Millsap, right?
Yeah, him and Millsap. It was him and Millsap doing this. They were both like centers who played inside outside. Yeah. So
it was like Teague would just handle for a little bit, but then it would be Millsap and Horford who created.
yeah, he just reminds you. He got a little bit of the prime Al Horford kind of stuff. Obviously, he's a way better athlete, but that's why I think Smith will be number one right now. Paulo has got. I have questions. I have more questions about Banchero than I do bright things to say about him.
Oh, we also didn't mention his hydration issues. He
Well,
has
forget.
like
I mean,
bad
ignoring that,
cramp
right?
issues.
Yeah, because I'm assuming I'll get figured out with NBA doctors. But ignoring that, my big issue with him, Banchero, is I don't know what position he plays in the NBA,
Mm.
and I know it's positionless league and all that, and X, Y, and Z, but he doesn't rebound, and that again, we're dealing with this right now. When you got a tweener forward who can't rebound, you don't really know where to play them. And I'm not saying he's gonna have woes like Obi Toppin is. He's more skilled than Obi Toppin was in college, but it's the same idea. Where do you play Banchero in the last minutes of a game? He, he's too slow to play on the wings against like Tatum, you know. But then he's not that big that he won't get crushed against a big lineup. So I don't know where he actually plays. I'm trying like
He'd
let's
have to
just play
play
with
the four.
let's play with this
He'd
scenario. Like
have
if
to
you
play the four.
let's if he's playing the Celtics, he'll get matched up against Tatum, and that's a mismatch. If he plays the Cavs, he gets matched up against Allen, and that's another mismatch. So I don't know where you actually play the guy because he doesn't play the glass like that. And so I'm like, well, who's he taking out on the perimeter? Who if he isos a guy, who's he isoing? They'll just switch a rangy guy onto him, and then he
I
doesn't
will
really play
I will
like
say
that. I don't.
this though,
I just
Coach.
I got too many questions with him.
When I saw him play small against Chet, or sorry, not play small. When he played against Chet, he did abuse Chet. Um, I will say that I
Chet's
do
180
agree.
pounds.
That's true. I The thing with Paolo though,
And
in
Paulo
the
ate
NBA,
from the
they're
perimeter
probably
last
playing
game
more on the
too.
outside. And if he has one of those slowy, trudgy kind of centers on him or big men guarding him, I think he might have the advantage. I just feel like you can't play him like you can't play him like the old school '90s four, right, on a low block and have him sit there and post up. He has to be a guy that you move around. Um, like you play him as basically a big excuse my language, a big ass three, right?
Yeah, but that's what he is, right? He's a big, small forward. But
Right.
again, defensively, you're gonna have to hide him. And then again, the rebounding is what's killing him. If
He's
he
averaging about
rebounded
seven
this
point
one,
five rebounds. It's not the
that
worst.
yeah,
He's not. He's
that's not
not
the
physical.
worst,
He's not a
but
physical.
it ain't. Yeah, he ain't really attacking the glass like that. He gets 7 rebounds because he's so big in college. But he's not like a okay, this guy's a rebounder, you know. Eh, That's gonna hurt him, I think, because he's not a three. He's a tweener 3-4, and I don't like taking those guys the top pick.
I will
Uh,
say though, I will say this: he's a lot better than Obi. So I know
oh
I'm
no
not
no no,
saying you
I'm not
make.
saying that,
No,
but
I know.
just
I'm not
yeah
saying you. I'm just saying for anybody who has in their head that if the Knicks ever came
yeah.
out with Pablo, it is not. Trust me, he's a lot better um, than Obi
And like,
Toppin.
hold on, can I bring up this one thing real quick?
Go ahead. Go
Sorry.
ahead.
Back to Jabari Smith. He's If he ever learns how to defend the rim, I think that you can play Jabari. That you can there'll be times that you can run Jabari Smith at a small ball five.
Jabari Smith, you could play him 3-4-5 right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's not good
Yes, you
enough
could
defensively.
because
He's not good enough. Hold up,
because he's
he's
so
not good.
Defensively,
rangy.
he's not as good as his measurables would say, bro. Like
Yeah,
I've
no,
watched his games. I'm like, okay,
No, no,
when
no.
is
I'm
he
not
supposed
saying
to
he
be
is, but
this?
I'm saying you could put him there because of his size and the fact that he
yeah,
shoots
that's what I'm
threes.
saying. Like, but if he
Yeah,
ever learns how to play, like, if he ever learns how to play the rim well enough, I think you can make him a small ball five and play him there 20 minutes a game. Because he could play he can play 3 and 4 right now. There's no question in my mind. I think Jabari is gonna come in and average 12 to 14 points just because he can shoot.
right.
So
They'll
it's,
have him shoot threes a game or whatever.
yo, oh
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
no,
yeah.
way more, way more. I think they'll
Yeah,
have to shoot like six or seven.
He'll
that
definitely have
and
that.
I think he's more the blank canvas, and he's
Yeah,
looked.
you can script him to be anything you want because he has
Yeah,
offensively.
the other one was Chet, but Chet's not looked great in college.
Oh, we'll get to Chet. We get to Chet. We get to Chet. Let's get to
But
the
yeah, those are my first two. Jabari one, Paulo two.
Ethan. Who's your third guy?
Who did I have three again? I forgot. Chet, right? Yeah,
Did you
yeah,
have
Chet.
Chet? Oh, Chet was your third
Yeah,
guy.
Chet.
Oh Jesus.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Oh yeah, I forgot. I had Ivy at 3.
All
My
right.
bad.
To me, I know people might say that he's my number one in this draft. Now, again, there's no clear cut number one guy, but if worse comes to worse, I would. Well, not worse comes to worse. If it came to, excuse me, I would pick Ivy. I'm sorry. I think he has in terms of dynamic for his position. I think he's the best. Is he truly a point guard? No. More of a
He's not
scoring
even.
guard, but
He's a.
you could build him in the mode of a. But Ja came out of college with better court awareness than Jaden Ivey. Let's not get into it. I know people look at Ja like he's just an attacker. Go watch him at Murray State. He was their key facilitator. He wasn't just an attacking guard. He's explosive. He's worked on his 3-point shot. This is a guy who came in from last season shooting
With
poorly
a
from
bad
three.
3-point shot. It's actually
Terrible.
shocking that he's shooting 43% to me.
Dogs, he is eating from outside. And again, he has a set shot, but this is a guy that again worked hard on it during the summer. He also has the pedigree of I think his father was a basketball player. His mother's a either basketball or track player, basketball player, I believe. So he has the genetics. Again, explosive with the dribble moves really well off the ball. His defense leaves to be desired because he can be erratic. He does get stuck behind screens, whatnot. But he's not a lazy defender. He just kind of like he's just antsy and kind of gets stuck sometimes. But again, off the ball, he can score on the ball. I would say on the ball sometimes he makes some bad decisions. Like he'll just try to sometimes outbeat his man to the basket, but just slashing and just trying to just go up, and it's just he'll meet 2 or 3 defenders near the rim or going to the rim. So he has to work on that decision making, right? But to me, if I had to take a number one guy, I'm taking number one guy. I like Jabari Smith, but there are some question marks regarding his game, and him becoming a better dribbler and overall score outside of just shooting. His post-up game, face-up game still leaves a lot to be desired. With Jaden Ivey, not say I'm picking him because of this, but plug and play, and I still think there's some upside to his game in terms of becoming a point guard, an actual point guard, having better court awareness. So to me, Jaden Ivey to me is my number one. My number two actually is Jabari Smith. I think there's a little bit more to work with there than say Paolo, and then Paolo's my number 3. But guys, talk about Jaden Ivey, man. What are your overall thoughts on the kid from Purdue?
His ranking for me is going to be 100% dependent on his March. I won't get a real assessment until I see how he plays in March, because that's what did it for Ja Morant, really. Ja wasn't
Yeah.
really on anybody's radar, and then he had the triple doubles and stuff.
Mm.
There's a lot of shades of a lot of players with Ivy, but it's like he doesn't. He's kind of a jack of all trades. He's not elite at one thing to necessitate being a top 3 guy, but
Who is it in this draft?
That's what I'm saying.
You have to look at it relatively speaking, right? Who is in this draft?
I was just gonna say, I was like, mind you, this is an incredibly weak draft, so who cares? But when I think of guards, really, I'm looking for something they can automatically bring, especially for guards. And he's got a good first step. It's not like a great first step. He's a good
Wait,
athlete.
what?
He's not a great athlete.
What?
Athletically, nah. I think he's the best.
Whoa, you are out
He's
of
the
your
best above the
mind.
rim
Yo,
athlete in
this
the
guy
draft.
just disrespected my son. Yo, I don't like this, man.
I
No,
think
you're
he's
just
the
saying
best.
that because you like him, but
No.
you acting like he's D-Wade or
Bro.
something,
Jaden
dude.
Ivey is probably the most explosive. He's probably the
I
most
think he's
explosive
the
player in
best.
this draft.
He's
His
the best
first,
above the rim athlete in the draft.
bro. Why do you think?
All right,
Where do you think all the Ja Morant comps come from? It's not from his necessarily his
His
court
hair.
awareness. It comes from his explosive. He is
It's coming from
above
the
the
hair.
rim.
And people want to know. This always happens. This always happens. The year or two after there's a guy who's unique. The next year there's always a guy who is now similar to that player, even though they play nothing alike.
Whoa. Yo, you see, coach is hating, son. Coach is hate. Don't do that against my son, Jaden Ivey, bro.
Listen, Ivy can't even pass anywhere near as John Morant.
But hold on.
So I
already said that.
No, because
But in terms of
okay.
explosiveness,
How are you
coach,
gonna make the John Morant comparison?
because in terms of explosiveness, they're similar. In terms of slashing, they're
Why
similar.
didn't you say Westbrook then?
Because Westbrook's a head case, bro, and John Morant is more. John Morant is nowhere near as twitchy as a Westbrook is a twitchy, explosive
But
player.
he's above the rim.
Yeah, but there are a bunch of guys above the rim who don't play the same.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's exactly.
Yeah, but he plays like John Morant though.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does.
No. I'll
What?
say
Jaw's
this.
a lead guard.
No,
Just because he's athletic doesn't mean he's Ja Morant.
I'll say
Just
this.
because you don't have to play like a guy. You don't have to be elite to play like a
No.
guy, bro. We talking about style.
Offensively, his game is not like Ja. He just attacks like Ja.
Yes,
so many
yes, but in
attacking
terms of
guards.
court awareness, he's not.
He's not Ja.
Said Ja
Okay, so
has
how can you say
better
he's like
court awareness
Ja
coming from
Morant,
Murray
bro?
State. I said that 3 times now.
And plus, like, I think Ivy's a wing. I don't even think he's a
Right.
guard.
So why is that's what I'm just calling out the Ja Morant comparison. It's a lazy comparison.
It's not a. Is they call
It's
that
a
because he's
fully
a
lazy
6'3",
compar- it's a
6'4" guard,
fully-
similar to
D Wade was
Ja
6'4".
Morant. Yeah, but D Wade, he don't play like D Wade, bro. D Wade had bro. He is
You
not
could
D-Wade,
pick
bro.
literally any 6'4" guard and be like, oh, this guy's just like him. He is nowhere.
No, I'm not
even-
picking.
as-
You know what the
I'm
funniest
telling
thing
you-
is?
but no,
You know
I'm telling you,
Ethan, my
Ja
initial.
and Ivy as prospects at this point in their prospects were not. They're not even
I think
similar.
they're saying, bro.
The
You
only
literally
thing
just
they have
sat up here
similar
and
is
said
the
he's
hair,
not
bro.
explosive, which is like his major
I just
physical
said he's good, not
attribute.
great. I said he's good, not. I literally said he's good, not great. I just said he's good, not great.
Okay.
Ja
Someone
was
said-
great. Ja had a great first step.
Okay.
I just said he's good, not great.
All
I'm
right.
telling you, the Morant comparison is really lazy because they have the hair. But he doesn't play anything like Ja Morant,
That's
bro.
not-
Anything like
Excuse
Ja
me.
Morant. It's such a lazy comp, bro.
No, it's
Like
not, bro.
you could literally pick any 6'4" guard and be like, oh, he plays just like him.
No, I'm not. I'm
Josh
not.
Richardson's athletic. So why do you say Josh Richardson?
Bro,
Because
no,
he's a-
bro.
okay,
Are we
he's not-
serious?
okay, Ivy's way better above the rim than Josh Richardson is.
Ja Morant, but look, Ja Morant was a double-digit assist guy in college. Jaden Ivey's like a 2. So how can you
Yeah,
even say that?
I
How can you
think-
even make the how can those two names stay in the same sentence?
I don't compare him to John Morant. I just think he attacks the basket like John Morant. He's a
So
wing,
say
not
that.
a big-
Then instead of saying he's the player comp to Ja Morant, you can't say a guy who averaged double-digit assists and a guy who can't even get to 5 assists are anywhere near.
Someone
close
said I'm drinking the
comparison.
Ivy Kool-Aid. Bro, he to me in terms
Bro.
of this week 8 draft, he's my best player.
No,
Let's call
I'm
this
not
out.
disagreeing with.
No, not you. No. I'm
see,
talking about the chat. I'm talking
oh.
about the chat. I'm like, bro, who else in this draft, bro, is actually who are you taking in that top 3 that we haven't mentioned yet?
Yeah,
Like,
no, he goes top 3. He go top 3 easily. But I'm saying I'm calling out the Ja Morant comparison. It's lazy.
Bro, it's not
He's
a
nothing
lazy
like Ja
comp. I'm
Morant,
talking about
bro.
his in terms of his slash to the basket, he is similar to Ja Morant.
So
bro.
again, why not pick Westbrook?
Because he doesn't slash himly like Westbrook, bro.
But Ja Morant slashes like Westbrook.
No, he does. What?
Nah, Westbrook's more twitchy.
What are you talking about? Westbrook is twitchy as Westbrook can literally go 90 miles per hour stop and then go 90 miles per hour off the second
Right.
step, bro.
All right, Ja's downhill. Ja's downhill. Dame Lillard used
Yeah,
to be downhill.
yes, and Ivy is downhill too, bro.
And I'm saying Dame Lillard used to be downhill. You could do this forever.
Lord, Dame Lillard
why
is
not say Dame
coach,
Lillard? Why not say
Dame Lillard is not
Dame Lillard-
explosive
bro,
like
Dame
that.
Lillard-
He's not explosive
Dame
like
Lillard-
Ivy and Morant, bro.
Dame in college as a prospect was an above the rim guard.
He's also known
So-
for his shooting, be able to set up his shot.
He wasn't
off the
shooting
dribble,
like that in
bro.
college, bro.
At Weber State, yes, coach, what are you
He
talking?
was he was flying at Weber State. He was flying. He was flying like Westbrook. That was the comp they made for him.
Yeah, when Dame came out, he was
Flying, bro. And so why not say Ivy's like Dame Lillard? The Ja Morant is really lazy because
No,
he's
it's not. I
you
just don't
can't
think you
even
watch enough
say
of him.
he's
You
the
don't wanna
same
admit
thing. He's a
that.
double-digit assist guy, bro.
Again, I
Morant was a
said
double-digit
several
assist
times
guy.
about talking about his court awareness. I literally said that he had better court awareness
So why
at
say
Murray
Ja
State.
Morant?
Because I'm talking about the slashing, the attack in the basket is similar.
Then I'm gonna say D Wade. If we're gonna go
How does he play like D Wade?
D Wade slashed to the hoop. He was downhill.
Not the same slashes, coach. Come
You see what
on,
I'm saying?
coach.
Come on, you could do a better.
coach.
You could do a better comp than Ja Morant. It's lazy.
It's not lazy comp. I just don't think you
It
watch
is a
enough
lazy
of him, but
comp.
It's okay. It's all right, coach.
I haven't watched two.
I don't think you watch enough of Ivy, and you're trying to say he's not because you say he's not explosive, and literally one of his
I
main
just said
attributes
I didn't
is
say that.
explosive.
I didn't say that. I
You
said he's
did?
good, not great.
Okay, all right.
I didn't say that. I said he's good, not great.
That's literally his game, man. Any thoughts from you, Ethan, on Ivy?
But look, Ja in college was flying, bro.
Yeah, and he was also
Jaden
facilitating.
ain't flying like that. Yeah.
Yes,
so
he
how's
is,
the comp-
bro.
Okay.
What?
Ja and
Ivy-
Jaden is not
hold
a
on.
similar.
Ivy flies, but he doesn't fly like Ja flies.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh,
I'll
bro.
just say this though, the way he attacks the basket is similar because the way they rim are
So, all right, why
crafty
not say
insane. But
SGA then? SGA attacks
I
down
said
low.
SGA. That was Ethan. You remember my first comp?
oh yeah, I didn't like the SGA comparison.
Why not? He's bigger than Ja. He's closer to SGA size.
Ja's 6'3", Jaden
But
Ivey's 6'4". They're literally almost the same like build too. I mean, I guess Ja came
No,
out of
Jaden's
school a lot
wider. Jaden's
skinnier.
way wider than
Jaden
Ja
has
is
more
Yeah, Jaden's
skinny.
a
size.
little bit
Ja's like the
more
lanky kind of thing. Yeah.
not
SGA is built like that.
cut. Let me see. Cade Cunningham, Jalen. They're talking about a lot. They said Jaden Ivey. Jaden Ivey is not D Wade. Oh my gosh, D Wade was a lot stronger. Even coming out of college, D Wade was a lot stronger. In terms of contact, in terms of switching his body pause when he's attacking, like he has that. Jaden Ivey's more get the crossover and then attack to the basket,
And he
and then
also,
play
and
above the rim.
but here's another reason why the Ja comparison is lazy. Jaden is projected to be a decent defender in the NBA. Ja don't play a lick of defense.
I think when they're talking about Jaden Ivey's the comp, they're talking about his slashing. I think that's what most people focus on.
So that's what I'm saying. So I'm calling it out because it's a lazy comp.
Mm.
Because I just told you so many differences in their games that it's a lazy
I
comp.
think I think
It's
still
easy to
Jaden when you see him
it's
when you see
easy
him
to make
actually.
that comp.
Well, let me
It's
give
easy
you
to make.
let me give you color on why I think even the facilitating thing might match because Ja coming from Murray State, how did Ja typically facilitate? It was off the dribble, right? If you watch Jaden
Yeah.
Ivey in college, when he does actually have the ball in his hands, when he's not attack, they pass him from the wing, he's doing that crazy curl play, and they then pass him, right? He's typically facilitating off the dribble, right? He doesn't have the ball at the top of the key. He's not sending. They don't allow him to like kind of sub play. So even when you talk about his court awareness, even though Ja Morant had the ball more in his hands at Murray State as a prototypical point guard, he was still largely facilitating off of what? Him beating his man to the basket. The defense creeps up on him. He kicks it out to the outside or throws it to the big man down low. So they both use their dribble drive penetration to facilitate. Again, Ja Morant, I think, had a higher court awareness than Jaden Ivey come out of college, but in terms of court awareness, still very similar in terms of how they create when they actually have the ball in the hand. So I'm just saying, bro. They said no. Oh my gosh, no one's saying that Jaden Ivey's as explosive as Ja Morant. I'm saying their style of play, there's similarities to make the comparison. Ja Morant's a better player. I will never say they're the same, but in terms of comps, I'm telling the C-Mac by the way. He's in the chat saying saying that. Excuse me.
We can move on. I'm just saying it's a lazy comp. I just told you why it's a lazy comp. Because
I mean, for the simple fact you say he's
for the
not
hair,
explosive,
they're
bro. I'm
completely
not sure if you
different.
know a lot of them. They said Ja Morant's just quick. I agree. I think Ja Morant's quicker, but I think there's similarities. Someone just said Jaden Ivey is Steve Francis. Stop.
He's
That
Steve
that is a
Francis and Dwayne
terrible
Wade put
comp.
together, bro.
That is a terrible comp. What's the name? But let's move on. So we have the top three. Who's your top? Who's your next? Your four. Your fourth. Ethan.
Oh yeah, this is gonna look bad, but I can't believe. Okay, this is from 2 weeks ago.
Wait, to preface this, remember, this was an old list, so we're supposed to have this episode a while ago. This is on me, so blame me. Don't kill Ethan. If you have another fourth, Ethan, we can get to him. But if you still have your fourth, if it's still this guy, please.
Yeah, I'll just rock out with Kendall Brown. I would have put Chet here, but Kendall Brown.
Oh, so you change it? Cause I thought. Wait, I thought.
No. I put Kendall Brown here. I put Kendall Brown here. I would have Chet here now, but if we're just going in order, then
Okay.
if
So
we're just going in order how I sent you the list before, it'll be Kendall Brown. Right?
got you.
But personally, right now, I have Chet for.
Chet. All right. So who do you want to talk about first, Chet or Kendall?
Just do Chet.
All right, let's do Chet.
Yeah.
Chet Holmgren, from Gonzaga. Talk about Ethan. Why? Oof. What are your thoughts on Chet, sir?
I don't know. It's like he's such a weird player to me, cause ideally Gonzaga's offense doesn't fit him because he's playing next to another low post player in Timmy. But Chet's tough in the paint. Surprisingly, like he'll assert himself for rim protection and all that. He can shoot, but it's something I don't really know how I can explain it. I think he needs the ball in his hands more to create off the perimeter, but I can't. I really don't know how to explain Chet. Like, dude is such a weird player. I don't know because I don't even know where he fits out on the NBA floor because he'll get bodied by big men.
Mm-hmm. Any big man who actually handle the basketball, I think he's gonna get challenged by now. And also, I have to call this out. Like playing against Zaga, and I have to call this out also for my son, Jalen Suggs. Jaden, I mean, Chet plays in a very weak conference, bro. So he's playing the BYU's, the St. Mary's. He's playing some weak teams. That's another guy. I wonder how he's gonna do in the tournament. How he gets challenged in a tournament, like against smaller guards who, like I've seen it where they just kind of attack him and try to challenge him vertically. They just can't. So he could
They
have
can,
that.
but the thing with Chet is though, right? I think Chet will benefit from offense where he's like more on the ball because I think he has decent vision for a big man. I think he could pass to a slightly good amount of degree, and he needs to be in a more perimeter centric offense. Like if he goes to offense, he's not gonna be. You can't be just slugging him down in the paint the whole time. You need to be bringing him out onto the perimeter. Which I don't know if he's a five because ideally you want most of his work to be coming out from the perimeter because he's a better perimeter player than he is down low.
And by the way, can I just laugh at Coach? Coach, you know you're funny, right?
How am I funny?
You know you're funny, right? I know where you got the Josh Richardson and the Dwayne Wade comps from, but I get, I hate this guy. Coach, you think Coach is an evil dude, man. Coach is
Why
an
why
evil.
why didn't you compare? Why didn't you make a
No, no,
comp-
no, 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 no,
No,
no,
no,
no,
no,
no,
no,
no,
no, no.
no, no, no. Coach think he's slick.
Why
Coach
didn't you
think he's.
compare? Why didn't you compare Jaden Ivey to Donovan Mitchell?
I ain't no, I'm nope, because I'm a just shut up, Coach. You're a funny guy, man. You're
Because I'm
hilarious, man.
right.
Let's get back. Coach is evil. Let's get back to Chet, man. It is tough with Chet, man, because Chet is one of those guys like he could in the right situation. Like we keep talking about the Spurs, right? In the right situation where he could play on the outside and handle the ball a little bit, and he's not asked if he has another big who can actually defend like powerful bigs. He's not forced to be solely in the post. He could kind of play out on the perimeter and slide with guys. I think some of the concerns can be hidden with Chet. Um, you like his motor. I love the not I don't love the background, but I love the attitude he's developed from his tough background. Like he's a tough kid, but I think he's a guy that he has to find his way on the perimeter in the NBA to start out. Like it'd be nice if he goes to like a team like a OKC or one of these young teams that can actually allow him to work to his strengths and not treat him like he's a number one guy. I think he could succeed, but I just have concerns about his body. His frame is just too. He's one of those guys. I think he just doesn't gain weight. He's just frail, thin. He just has that stupid metabolism. His dribbling too is kind of shaky sometimes. See some games was just under pressure. He could. It's not. I've had concerns about him since I saw him play Monty Bates. I was talking about this. Was like I wasn't really impressed with his game, but can he be one of these weird, like a stronger KP type? Maybe he'll definitely be better defensively. I'm not sure if he'll be as advanced with his back to the basket as KP came when KP was drafted by the Knicks a few years ago. Coach, any thoughts on Chet, man?
You better have a 5-year plan for him. Like whoever takes him is gonna have to have a 5-year plan ready to go.
Oh, thank you, Anthony Rich. He said J.I. Yeah, his father played something. I just forgot. I know him and his father aren't close like that. I think his father's out of his life when he was younger, but I know he played something. I think his mother played basketball. So thanks for pointing that out, Anthony Rich. Sorry to cut you off, Coach. Go ahead.
No, no, no. I just think you need to have a long term plan with Chet because the weight is gonna be a problem. He's like as close to positionless a player we've seen in a long time.
Mm.
Who else is positionless in the NBA? Like Scotty Barnes, Iguodala. Like like he's like positionless. I don't know where you like. It's a good thing, but it's gonna involve a lot of planning from the coaching staff whoever gets him.
JNN has this comp. I'm not sure I agree with it. He says Chet is Marcus Camby light, but
I
Marcus.
mean, defense. I was shocked that he was blocking so many shots. I know he's taller than Nathan, but like I was shocked that there's like Camby-ishness to him. Remember Camby used to operate at the top of the key so often.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe this is like Camby 2.0, right? Like not just making a few passes from the top of the key, but like breaking somebody down from the top of the key. I don't know. He's a weird one. I think, like I said, it really depends on the team that has the pick available. I think if the Spurs have it, they might do it,
Mm.
but he's got to go to a team again that has a long-term plan for him and knows what they want him to be because there's a lot of question. They're not bad. They're not red flags. They're questions. They're not red flags. It's gonna be trying to solve those questions. So I don't know.
He's a guy I could see falling out the top five, given if other guys have good
The
tournaments.
March, right? That March is, and I don't know why he went to Gonzaga. Not
I
even because of
don't.
talent
Oh my
wise.
gosh, bro.
There's the talent part of it, but then there's like Timmy plays there, so I don't
Yeah.
understand it.
Well, he plays like he'll play on the outside when Timmy's in, but it just because you want to see him also in the post as well too. You want to be like you want to see him. Not say he doesn't, but you want to see that part of his game develop. But when they have Drew Timmy, it's just
Yeah, I think
can't.
especially because I think he's a good facilitator out of the post. From the limited post attempts I've seen, I think he's a good passer out of the post.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to blow it, smoking the camera, but I said, he is a weird. Greg Castillo says, nope, my Spurs decline. Uh-oh.
I
Gregory
don't know
wants
then.
nothing to do with Chet. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Yeah, I put him as four just because I think the talent is there. I just would not want the Knicks to touch him at all. And I just don't know what team. Yeah, the 5 year plan that's definitely you have to have a plan in place to develop this
He's the
guy slowly.
definition of an OKC draft pick.
Yeah, but that means you get rid of his cousin Pokasevsky, which they look eerily alike with that skinny, sunken
They're
face.
kind of like the same player, right?
He's tougher than Pokasevsky. Pokasevsky's enough. Even though Pokasevsky, I saw a little bit of that Denver game. He actually looked okay. He was actually attacking the basket a
it
little bit.
it
But
is. Would be a good pick if not the Spurs, the Blazers.
Blaze, I
Because
talked about if they somehow could get the first to get Paolo, like a big man who could just give him some type of option from the front court. They really have like a poor because Nurkic keeps getting hurt. I think Nurkic is like they're trying like they're
I mean it in
done with
terms
that
of I think
project.
they're just gonna blow it all up.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like if you're gonna get rid of once you get rid of Dame, that changes the entire franchise. So
Right.
they're gonna. I couldn't think of many players better to restart one with Paulo because it's like, all right, look, we're just gonna do weird stuff with them for the next few years and see what happens. Or not Paulo, Chet. Where it's like we're just gonna do weird stuff with them and see what happens. And he's a West Coast kid anyway, so I don't know.
Hmm.
I'm just trying to find something there.
JNN says that Jalen Duren is the best center in this draft over Holmgren.
Hell no.
I
I don't like Jalen
what do
Duren.
you mean? Like what do you mean by that?
I
Because
don't like
I don't disagree, but what do you mean by
Jalen
that?
Duren just feels like a body. Paul, like he just feels like
Yeah, like bro, I could get Jalen Duren for like $5 million in free agency. Like,
I don't look. You know what? I'm not trying to be rude. I do have to eat some crow because the Giddy thing just still blows my mind. I don't know how this kid is that good with the ball. Well, let me not say it because they put the ball in. He's still scoring, shooting wise. He's still not great yet. But yeah, I don't. Duran, bro. I've watched some of him and I just I fell off that train early.
Is he better or let me I guess I'm trying to think of a way
Who
to put
Jalen
this.
Duran?
Yeah, could he be as good as Jared Allen is?
no,
No. Yeah.
no.
No. Jaron Allen has better moves. I think he's a way better defender. Like fundamentally
If
sound
Jared
defender.
Allen
Sets
like
way better
uses his
picks.
size to his advantage, Jalen Duren's gonna be undersized.
Also, Duran's kind of slow, but
Yeah, he's just a physical specimen, bro. Like no.
he ain't moving like that. You know what I mean? Allen moves well. Even like Mitch moves well. Duran doesn't move that well.
So let's get to the fifth, man. So I have I won't say my surprise fifth. I already showed it, so it's not even a surprise anymore. But Ethan, your fifth guy. Let's talk about it.
I think me and Ethan might have the same fifth guy.
Oh Lord, bro, this fifth is gonna be. I'm sorry,
If
bro.
if if Ethan's going for the spicy take, I think we might have the same fifth guy.
All right. So sorry. I already know who's fifth guy. Who's your fifth guy, coach?
Kendall Brown.
Yeah, that's
Oh
mine.
Lord. Oh Lord. So
That's mine.
That's a spicy take right there.
let's get to
Yeah,
Kendall
because the thing with
Brown.
Kendall Brown is right. I don't think he's being used properly, in my
I
opinion.
don't disagree with that, but I've seen him like in the post like very few times because Baylor plays a lot of like there are guys out, Mayer, him, Bochan, what that guy, Joe, they're like light skinned guys. The light skinned guy looks like Ubre. They play like those guys, 3 or 4 of those guys out. His name Bochan, Jochan, I'm forgetting his name. Sochan, something Sochan. The thing with Kendall, all right, let me let you go. All right, let me say it with Kendall Brown. Let me say, Kendall Brown to me, physical specimen. He's only 6'6", I believe. He looks a little bit bigger. 6'8". I thought he was like 6'6". All right, he's 6'8". My bad.
I think he's 6'8".
Oh, Kendall Brown. He's like 6'6". Oh, 6'8". Wow, he is 6'8". My bad.
Yeah, that's why I liked him.
He is weird,
if
bro.
he was doing that at 6'6", then I'll be like, oh, he's just undersized. But 6'8", I think that could actually do something with that.
His shot is a work in progress. It's very, he works to try to center. He's not a, he's working. I'll give him that. In terms of front face of the basket, he can attack smaller guards. He's excellent transition. He's probably the best wing in transition in NBA. In college. I don't know his numbers exactly, but he's just dominant in that regard. He does have solid hands in terms of stealing the basketball. He could be a feisty defender, but he doesn't rebound well. For a 6'8" guy, doesn't rebound well. His defense is okay. It's good. It's not trash, but you would want him to be a better help defender. He's a good help defender. He's a good on-ball defender. And I will say this: his best attribute is moving off the ball. Like he does, like in terms of like Obi does, like that little like corner baseline, because he's always playing on the outside. Like he moves very well off the ball, feeding off of what the guard does and how the defense reacts. So I'll give him that. But I don't know, man. Go ahead, Ethan. Talk about your boy Kendall, man.
So my thing is though, right? With Kendall Brown, I think he could be a pest defensively. I think he can guard like 2-4, in my opinion, because he's 6'8" and he's a strong core, right? He's the best transition player in the draft and above the rim. He's one of the best athletes in the draft. I've seen enough from him where he can be an off-ball distributor because he has good vision. I just think he's being used so badly because I think that he's not a good post player, but you can give him the ball in the high post and you can let him be your decision maker. You can let him. I think he could be a good decision maker in the half court.
Go ahead.
He has the vision, right? He needs to work on his rebounding because there's some games where I'll see him get like 12 rebounds. The next game he's like 1. But like if he just needs to get consistently on that, he has no offensive like game perimeter wise, but he has the little things that I like, because automatically he's gonna be a defensive player who can dribble and pass, and he can attack the rim to the best at one of the best rates in the draft. So
here's the thing with him though.
Game up.
They don't have him in the post a lot, which I think hurts his rebound numbers. But I don't see him crashing enough. Like he's not like, maybe the hair throws you off, but he's not like this Willie. He's not like who's a good example? I'm trying to find a good example of somebody who like just head on fire, kind of crashes the boards. I was gonna say Kenneth, but Kenneth played a lot in the post, in the paint during his heyday. With Kendall Brown, is like he's another guy where I don't, and it could be because of how Baylor used their guys. Again, they play a lot of their guys on the outside, so that could be the case. In terms of putting him in the post and seeing him operate, he's a project in that regard. Him attacking from the wing, I think might be his path to, like his growth path in the NBA, where it's like you just have him on a wing and then you have another guard who kick it out to him. He just attacks off that pass and he's a terror downhill. Coach, I didn't get to you. I apologize. Coach, please talk about your boy Kendall Brown, man.
So this is how weak this draft class is.
Oh, they said volume is low. Hold on, coach. Sorry about that. Give me 2 seconds. Let me just raise up the volume. They said we're low. Let me know. Are we better in the chat, guys? Let us know if we sound a little bit better. Hold on. Let me. Yo. Are we louder now? Please, guys, in the chat, let us know if we sound louder. Go ahead, coach.
This is how weak this draft class is. Because how comfortable do you feel like we're at the, like, with the 5th pick in the draft, someone's gonna take Isaac Okoro, basically. Like that's what this is. I mean, I like him. I think it's like I said, it's a spicy move because you're banking on a lot of stuff that he's not doing right now that you think he could do in the NBA. which is always such a freaking gamble. Oh well, he's not doing it now, but surely he'll do it later, because more often than not teams lose that bet. But when you win it pretty big. So this guy's either like it's gonna be, he's like the biggest boomer bust, honestly, more than like Chet to me,
Mm.
because it's like either this guy's gonna be Karolinko or he's gonna be Isaac Okoro. There's no in between. Um, and so I might as well take him at 5, because if you miss out on Smith, Ivy, Chet, or Banchero, there's no point. Um, so yeah, I'm kind of gonna qualify it, I guess.
24 seconds said Kendall Brown is Jared Vanderbilt from the Wolves.
Right. That's your
Ah.
fifth pick. That's your fifth or sixth pick this year. That's how bad this class is.
It's so tough for Kendall Brown because the explosiveness, the physical. Maybe he might be at the wrong school. I'll say this: he could be at the wrong school.
Sure.
No, and
But
Coach, I'm not trying to make an excuse. I'm just saying, like, how they use him, like, it just doesn't fit his ability. Like, Coach, I'm not saying you don't watch. I'm saying, like, for anybody, just saying, watching his games, how many times you see Kendall Brown stuck in the corner, and it's like,
no, I'm agreeing with you. Sorry, I'm agreeing with you. I think I'm not you specifically. I don't like when teams have to bank on something like that. Oh well, wrong system, wrong school. We'll see him in the NBA. Well,
right.
I hate that. I always hate that. That's why I'm like, I mean, I think it's a fun move, and I think you might as well do it if you miss out on these other tier guys. But I, he's really boomer bust. He might just not be any good at all.
Oof.
Like that's a real possibility.
I agree with you, bro.
Yeah, I like him, but there's a real possibility this guy just isn't any good at all.
I remember
there's also a possibility that he's like Andrei Karolinko or Jaden McDaniels or something like that. But
no, Jaden McDaniels had more skill come out of Washington.
He was also longer too. Brown ain't that long. Yeah, so I don't know. Like, is this guy the like I said, is he Isaac Okoro or is he just like?
Coach, I don't know, bro. The first day, remember Ethan showed me this the first day. I was like, yo, son, Kendall, that's my son right there, bro. I said something like, maybe I say something. I say, yo, Kendall's a beast. Then I watch more games. I'm like, yo, man, I don't like this guy anymore, Ethan. And Ethan swears by him. It's just he's so, like you said, it's so boom or bust. But the boom is like
because
such a.
I thought his first 5 games were so good that I was like, yo, dude. I thought I was like, without a doubt, I think he can make a case for top 3 because I thought his first 5 games were so good because he put up like, I think it was like in his 4th game, he put like 18, 11, and 13. I'm like, yo, dude, if he gets any sort of perimeter game, this dude can be special because he has all the things that you want. Like build wise, athletically, he has all the things. He's a good defensive player. He could guard to the floor, but it's like he looks disinterested sometimes. Like he doesn't crash. I get that, but
yeah,
like his perimeter skills, like scoring wise, are just bad.
His motor's like give or take.
Yes.
Sometimes he'll be a beast and run the floor and like throw it down really hard, and the other times he's just standing for nothing.
He's such a.
And here's the thing about the Baylor guys these past few years.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to say they're propped up by their system, but they're a little bit propped up by their system, because he's hard nosed, all defense. They all got I forget the coach's name off the top of my head, but he takes pride in the fact that he gets recruits who are like not the greatest basketball players.
Mm-hmm.
But just really dudes. Like tough as nail guys.
Dudes.
That's his thing, right? Like his basketball play.
The dude that he played in the championship game for 30 minutes last year became to be an NFL player.
Yeah, like
the center. Yeah.
So Kendall's one of these like, okay, maybe I don't know. I'm joking, but I'm like only half joking. The last Swiss Army knife guy this past draft was Franz Wagner. And I don't think this guy's as good as Franz Wagner was.
He's not.
Nah, he's not.
I didn't even like Franz.
I wasn't a fan of Franz. And he's not, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm like half joking, but it's kind of true. It's like that. The Swiss Army knife guys.
This draft is just so bad. Like, I look forward to 2023 so much because that draft is just.
Yeah, this draft sucks.
But hold on, let me get to my 5th. And by the way, yes, we all know about Scoot Henderson. Yes, man-child. Yes, I've watched Scoot. I've been watching a lot of G League.
You saw what Scoot did in his last game, bro. Stupid.
Scoot Henderson. They got your boy Greg Hardy, Jaden Hardy. They got Beauchamp, who I think is he's gonna be like a 3-and-D guy in the NBA. He's okay. He can slash a little bit too, but no, I don't think they're that great. And they also have that young point guard, the light skinned dude with the afro. Why am I forgetting this guy's name? Lord Jesus. Forgetting this guy's name. So yes, 2023 would definitely be the draft, but we do have to cover this draft. My fifth player, and I'm not. It's just almost like out of default at this point. I think will be Benedict Mathurin, and I have him up here from Arizona, the guard, shooting guard from Arizona. Solid player. He has an NBA ready type of body. Pause. He could shoot relatively well. He's kind of straight line when attacking the basket. He's not twitchy. He kind of has lapses on like the defensive end. Like I thought he was a little like in the games I've watched, I was a little bit disappointed in how he played defensively. I thought like because he's not the fastest or quickest, but he does have sneaky athleticism. He's one of those dudes like he'll have like one of those Oladipo type of plays, like driving baseline. All of a sudden he's above the rim and he's dunking on somebody. He has like one of those weird games. Jim Rat type of shooting. He jumps like on every freaking shot. Good form. He has a little bit of range on his shot. He's a plug and play type of guard. Now playmaking leaves a little bit to be desired. He's kind of like an old school two, like a traditional two, where the ball kind of dies in his hands.
He's old school too. He's a scorer. He can't do anything like playmaking.
Linear slashing, poor. I even wrote down a poor defensive recovery and closeouts. I noted that in several games, bro. Like, I mean, I don't know if it's an effort thing, if he's tired. Oh, I will say this though, it could be a tired thing because I've seen games where he's played basically the whole game. Because I'm watching these games, and I'm like, when does this guy come out the game, bro? And literally, it wasn't until they blew out somebody or maybe a spell here and there. So in terms of durability, or in terms of he's that type of dog, right? And I think that. He might be one of those guys who also rise during the tournament. But he's just solid. And it could be an Oladipo situation. Not as bad as 13 where everybody, freaking your number one sucked and then Oladipo's arguably, well, I guess Giannis. But, at the time, you could argue after, say, the first year because, what's his boy's name? Bennett was so bad, you could argue that Oladipo at one point was the best player in that draft. That's how, like, Bennett, he's a solid play, plug-and-play guy. Any thoughts on Benedict Mathurin?
Go ahead. I'll be quick.
Yeah, I'm gonna be quick too. He's just a 3-level scorer and a 2 guard. He's not anything more. He's not nothing special.
Right.
Like he could have came out last year's draft and he would have been in the 20s.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. I was like, he should have just came out last year.
No. Come out now. You high draft pick. This is for him personally, not for us.
I guess sure.
I'm just saying if he came out last year, he'd been in the 20s.
Yeah, he didn't get any better. Is what I'm trying to get at. He didn't get any better.
Oh, I like that comparison, Jen. Benedict is like a bigger Terry Rozier. I think Terry Rozier could do more playmaking wise, but scoring wise, I see that.
Yeah, he didn't get better. Mathurin, because remember we looked at Mathurin last year, and he looks like the same exact player.
I think. Well, I mean, he's getting more minutes this season. A little bit more minutes.
Yeah, but it's the same thing. Like he's 5. He's top 10 because of the draft class, not really him.
He's a high floor guy. He's getting about 7 more minutes this season. He is shooting more attempts. He has 13 versus 7 last season. He's shooting better from the field, 50% from the field versus 47. He is shooting about 38%. Shot better last season, but he has double the attempts from 3. So keeping that 6.4 is fairly good. I mean, he's just a solid guy. He's a high floor guard. It's just the only thing I didn't like about it was that his defense. I watched his game. I just was not as impressed. I mean, I don't know if it's an attitude thing. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's him playing heavy minutes. I just felt like if he's my number 5, and I know it's all relative because you pick who's in your draft or who's in the draft. I just thought he'd come out better defensively from what I saw. But he's gonna be a solid player. I was looking at some of these other options, bro. I seen Jalen Duren at number 5. I've seen Baldwin at bro.
No.
Bro, oh my gosh. I've never been so frustrated watching Patrick Baldwin Jr., bro. That dude, you know who he reminds me of? Remember your boy who came out of UConn?
Yeah.
No, he's
Kevin
not
Knox,
Yeah, I
Kevin
was
bro.
just gonna say
Knox.
that. I was like,
Who's
You
your
have
boy who came
Kevin
out of
Knox
UConn with
content.
the eyebrows? No eyebrows.
Charlie Villanueva.
He reminds me of Charlie Villanueva, but when he went to the Pistons, not coming out of college,
Yeah,
but he was
he's
just
got a little
basically
bit of a
outside jump
Villanueva
shooter.
thing.
I don't, bro.
He just reminds me of
Defensively, he
Knox,
doesn't
bro.
do anything,
He reminds me of Knox.
bro. I'll say that, but you know what though?
He
No,
reminds
but
me
you
of
know what?
Knox, bro.
I say he's not Knox only in this regard that even at UWM, he doesn't have as many plays set for him as Knox did at UK. That's the
I'm
only
talking
thing
about
I'll
the way they
say.
play, bro. Like he got the Knox thing going on.
Not physical, just oh my
Kind
god,
of
like
lackadaisical. Camps on the 3-point line. Long, lanky, like just jump shoots all the time. He's Kevin Knox, bro.
yes.
I don't care.
Say that again, bro. That's bro, and oh my gosh, bro. I'm writing down notes. If he can't do that little stutter step with his little jab step, or with the dribble study, he's gonna settle for a shot, bro. And I'm just like,
yeah. Gregory Castillo called him a bigger Fournier.
all
Not
right,
even
all
Fournier
right.
is.
Don't listen to Greg. Yo, come
Yeah,
on, he's
like
Don't listen to.
at least Fournier's
No, I thought
buckets.
that was
But like,
hilarious.
dude, Knox. This is Knox. Patrick Baldwin Jr. is Kevin Knox. There's no other way. I will take no other player comparison.
Bro, this draft, bro. And look, we're gonna do our top 10. We're gonna do the whole mock drafts. We're gonna do some underrateds as well too later on. But these are our top fives, man. Coach, did you have another? Oh, you said Kendall was your top five, so you didn't really
Yeah,
change.
I said might as well.
It's-
Right, because
How-
you got your four. You got your
Oh,
four
this is-
guys, right? And then that's it, man.
Can I ask
Yeah,
you a
it's like
question?
top four, and then who else are you gonna get?
Can I ask you a question, man? Because I think I might be missing something, right? And we're gonna move on to the raffle after this. Am I missing something with AJ Griffin?
Isn't he? I haven't watched enough of him.
He's a
But
Duke dude who didn't play for the first 5 games.
Am I missing something
Like,
with AJ
yeah.
Griffin?
the Duke
People
kid.
think that he's
Yeah.
just because he's big and he's athletic and he can sometimes shoot that like he's gonna do something special.
Yeah, I don't want him, bro.
I called him a better shooting, less explosive Zion, and he's not even nowhere near as dynamic as Zion. Just the body build and like, I was
Yeah, he's
watching
strong.
him. He's strong,
Also,
but oof.
I was gonna say, side note. You know what's interesting this year is there's all the G League guys is like no news.
Yeah, Bochan, Greg Hardy's more of a jump shooter than any.
Yeah,
You know,
all the G League and overtime kids.
Greg
there's a
Hardy,
whole
Jaden
bunch of
Yeah, I
nothing
had
this
Hardy
year.
being my number one out of like before college started, and he's gonna be like top 10.
Yeah, it's a whole bunch of nothing.
he's gonna be top
This is
10,
real.
and it shouldn't be.
Now, naturally, there's gonna be one random dude we laugh about who's gonna be a Hall of Famer. That's how every draft works. But
you know who might be underrated in this draft? And I don't know why I'm getting these vibes. Maybe because of build. This sounds crazy. Wendell Moore is making me get Dylan Brooks vibes. I don't know why.
The Duke dude
the
that
Duke
Hinton,
kid, the other Duke kid.
Yeah.
that's the dude that Hinton likes, right? Yeah, like
He gives me Dylan Brooks. I'm not saying he's as tough. I don't know why I'm getting these vibes from him. But I watched a few of the games.
Because the thing about Dylan Brooks, even at Oregon, they'd like let him create in the mid range, let him attack. So like Wendell Moore, like he didn't show me anything in his mid range game.
Fair enough. I just I
Yeah,
don't know why.
I got nothing here, man.
Oh no! Not Wendell Moore. I'm sorry. Kills. Not
I don't
Wendell
know.
Moore.
Oh,
I apologize. Not Wendell Moore. Wendell Moore's
I
a
didn't
light
watch
skinned
that
dude.
dude.
Kills.
Yeah, I don't know him. I know the other one.
They said
Yeah,
Griffin Jr. has been plagued by injuries. Well, the games I saw, I still was not impressed by him, and he looked
But yeah,
perfectly healthy to me.
Griffin moves in slow motion, bro. Like, whatever. Ty will be a Nick, so get ready.
Nah, I don't want Ty, man. And I apologize. Not Wendell Moore. Sorry, it was Trevor Kills. Apologies for that. But again, I haven't watched nearly enough of those guys. I was just getting vibes from him for some reason. But yeah, guys, that's about it. I'm gonna do the raffle right now. So if anybody wants to be in a raffle, please put your name in the chat. This is a jersey giveaway because I forgot to salute you guys for helping me get to 4,000 subs. Next up 5,000. So let me get to this bootleg raffle I got here. Hopefully the screen pops up and it crap, this freaking computer. Give me 2 seconds. I gotta resize the thing. OBS is just special, man. So as you guys can see, this ghetto raffle thing. Look at this. Look how pathetic this thing looks. Anyway, Yo, cause it's the freaking sizing. Obi, once I changed the computer thing, whatever, man. Just appreciate.
Beautiful.
Just appreciate it. All right, so I got Coach. I have Ethan. Who else in the chat? Please leave your name. I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna do this about 2 minutes. Let me see. So yeah, let me know if you want to be in this giveaway. Please leave your name down. Just leave your name. Just say whatever your name is. They said no, Jaden. We're just talking about the top 5 guys for this draft so far. We're gonna have these more often. No worries. So let me see. Knicks Nation, I guess, wants to be in the draft. In the raffle. Knicks Nation. Oh, I spelled that wrong. Failed school. Now Evergreen pops up. Look at this. Is so grimy, bro. These dudes are quiet, didn't say nothing the whole time. Now when they hear the raffle, y'all just East Blue Drew.
Silently watching.
East Blue Drew. I hope you beat freaking Evergreen, bro. Mick Investment. Look at Mick Investment. Didn't talk the whole show. Now they talking. Look at them. Aaron N. Didn't talk the whole show. Now y'all talking. Y'all Red Barn. Y'all didn't talk the whole. Wilson Dang. Didn't talk the whole show. C-Mac. Let me put C-Mac down because at least his trolling was consistent. Man,
put
child.
C-Mac twice.
Man, I'm gonna try to find a way to take him off before I roll it. Look at Steven Stern talking about hello. Come on, man. Steven Stern, I have not seen before, bro. Let me put Drip More. Even though Drip More is quiet.
People making burner accounts.
Yeah, like, yo, come on, man. Steven O, I got you.
Hello,
yeah,
my name is John Smith.
Yeah, if you weren't here before, bro, come on, son. Some of y'all dudes were not here before. Bricks Nation, yes. Ernesto with the texto. Of course, I got him. Justin L, yes. Oh, crap. I did. Coach, did you want to talk about that article that we were talking about yesterday?
Oh, I forgot about that. I mean, you could take that.
No, if you want to talk about it, please. But give me like 2 seconds to get everybody. Once we do this now. Aaron S said, I broke the quickly mid-range. yeah, exactly. If you hit the likes on the stream then, all these people popping out of nowhere talking about they want what's the name, man? Y'all didn't, yeah, I gotta take you off it because y'all weren't talking before, bro. I didn't see some of y'all talk before, man. Nah, I'm giving to the people that were here, that support the show. Nah, man. Nah, I can't do that. I gotta give to the people that were here, man, that were talking, that were invested, man. So let me see. Hadouken was here before. I'll give him that. Let me see. Manchild says, I want a Manchester United jersey. All right, I got you. Justin says, you don't need to put me in there. Just saying you didn't put in Wilson Dang. No, I got you. I got Wilson Dang, don't I? I got Justin. I already got you, Justin L. You supported me. I got you, bro. Steven Stern said, I was here in spirit. Well, I'm going to give you a jersey in spirit. No problem. It's free.
No, that's fair. He's more support, you know.
Julian Trent, is Julian Trent up here?
Yeah. He lives in Australia, though, right?
Yeah, that's no problem.
Does the
Greg
package come
Castillo. Hinton was here as well, too. Hinton. You know, I got you. George Jones. Yep, Spirit jersey. In Spirit. I got you, bro. No problem.
Oh, you got to put Nick.
Nick G, I got you. Rick V, I got you, bro. You were here, too. I saw you here earlier. Where's Hinton? I don't know where Hinton is. But if he doesn't respond, he said, don't include me, Gmo. Posters with cost an arm and a leg. You sure about that? Don't y'all have NBA stores out there? Can I just freaking... All right, I'll take on Julian Trent then. Yeah, now people want to pop up. Come on, man. Come on. Even though I appreciate it. George Jones. All right, so who else did I miss, man? Anybody else I missed? Anybody? Hey, Evergreen, you got to be more invested, bro. Come on, man. Come on, bro. This dude's popping out. When I say it, now you want to talk. But we had a whole discussion about the Knicks and everything else. Greg Castillo. I put Greg Castillo, bro. I done put Greg Castillo. And then, Greg, obviously, I'll get you like a freaking Spurs jersey or something like that. He says, I'm an honorary guest. All right, I'll give you an honorary jersey. I got a few New York Urban jerseys in my closet. I got you, bro. Yo, the bootleg price is right, Will. Oh,
We're
you're
getting those
corny,
jerseys
man.
from AliExpress, bro.
Everybody got their cuts, but they didn't chip in. Exactly. Even though, look, you guys are subscribed and all that stuff, but you guys got to be active, bro. Come on, man. Steven Stern says, I'm shy. All right, well, open up for next time, and I got you, man. Pause.
Y'all are stupid.
All right, that's yo. I'm about to count to 10, and I'm about to do the what's it? If you were here before, if you want to be involved, and obviously, if you don't respond once you win it, I have to go on to the next person. So, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, just to make sure, I got Coach Ethan, Knicks Nation 112, East Blue Drew, Mick Investment, Aaron N, C Mac, The Troll, Manchild, Dripmore, Steven.
Did you have
Oh,
JNN?
oh, did I have JNN? Oh, my bad. Look at these guys telling me late. My bad. Well, you have to send your name, bro. Come on, man. T Williams was here. I gotta give him that. He was here. T Williams. Evergreen saying no love for me. You know what? Let me put Evergreen down. He supported my show when I was nothing. I got you, Evergreen. But this guy Evergreen wasn't talking all day. Now he wants to pop up. You know how it makes me feel, man. Yeah, man. I feel like trash, bro. I got you though. Hopefully, Kanal Ben Lawa. Come on. Oh my gosh. All right. After Kanal, I'm done. Because Kanal does support my channel, man. Screw this guy, bro. And he got a dope Israelite name. All right. Kanal Ben Lawa. All right. All right. No, Evergreen. We're joking, bro. Do not donate. You're good, bro. Oh, did I have PDP? Oh, Lord.
No.
PDP.
You
Yo,
didn't have PDP or D Coolest, I think.
D Coolest, were you here, bro? All right, Red Barn said, "Yo, put me down because I support." All right, I got you, Red Barn. I got you. After I put D Coolest, we're done. We're done. All right, that's it. I don't care what nobody says in the chat. We're done. All right, so I got Coach Ethan, Knicks Nation 112, East Blue Drew, Mick Investment, Aaron N, C Mac, Manchild, Dripmore Bakut, Stephen O, Bricks Nation, Justin L, Hadouken Sharon, Wilson, Hinton, Nick G, Rick V, Greg Castillo, JNN, T Williams, Evergreen, Kanal. I said Janal, my bad. Not that's an Indian name. Kanal Ben Lawa, PDP, Red Barn, D Cooler 718. That's it. I'm done. I'm sorry, you guys are late. I have to do the what's name. All right. So you guys ready? I'm about to press this bootleg spin. Good luck to everybody. Wilson Dang. A late name in the lineup or whatever the hell this thing called. Wilson Dang just said Rick Spin coming. You just won, my guy. What are you talking? All right. I guess you don't want it, son. Wilson Dang, you got to respond and hold up. Let me put my email down. Please respond to the email. Hadouken told me I was right there. This guy Hadouken, bro.
Nah, Hadouken was right behind, and then it was Hinton and Nick. So
right. Oh my gosh. Nick. I don't want Nick to win anything. Good job, computer. Thanks for. They said Charlie World jersey. So please respond to this email. Send me your actual physical home address so I can know when to send it, and I'll confirm. You can get the Knicks City Edition jersey that just came out. You also give me your name or the name of the jersey you want, all that goodness. Blase. Congrats, whatever. And Frederick just said, I'm Wilson Dang. All right. You guys are stupid, man. All right, Coach, man. You got to talk about that article that you showed me yesterday, bro, before we close out, man.
Oh, so there's an athletic article that came out a few days ago, and it was about the Knicks trade for Denzel Valentine that we made a few days ago, which everyone kind of just forgot about because it was a nothing move. But turns out that it was not a nothing move, getting the $1.8 million for our friend Denzel Valentine. So it turns out that the side names that we got in that trade, aka those random draft picks, that no one knows about, and for players who will never play in the NBA, it turns out that the draft picks or the draft rights that the Knicks got in that trade involved one guy, and I forget his name off the top of my head.
Brad,
Involved one
Brad Cooley.
Brad Cooley or something like that.
Yeah,
Anyways,
Keely.
this
Cooley.
one guy, um, that we
Oh, coach. Oh, sorry, coach. Sorry, I removed you by mistake. Apologies. You were talking about. You said his name, Brad Hugh. Sorry about that.
okay, so yeah. So it turns out that that one guy, 10 years ago or something like that, was one of Leon Rose's clients, and you can kind of I'll let everyone put the pieces time together. How this one random Australian pro player who's 37 years old or something like that randomly got some money from Leon Rose because of some CAA connections. So it wasn't just a nothing $1.8 million move for Denzel Valentine. It ended up going to this random former CAA Leon Rose client. So take from that what you will, but I think it says a whole lot about some of the more shady stuff that our front office might be engaging in.
Because that trade really made no sense. Like, why are we helping out the Lakers move contracts around so they could sign guys? Like, why? I don't get it. Like, there's no benefit to us. The 1.1 million, and we theorized that the 1.1 million went to, somehow got cut off or distributed to his guy and freaking Brad Newley, whatever his damn name is. Obviously, we don't know. But it just made that trade made no sense. I really have no idea what this front office is doing. Um, I really don't trust them. I don't trust Worldwide West. I don't trust Leon Rose. And we kept talking about this yesterday. I think the big indication will come if some of the guys like the Walt Perrins or even like the Brock Allers leaves because I think 2024-25 is when they're trying to make their splash, which again is years away from now. In terms of signing the Cats and the Donovan Mitchells and whatnot. And we've seen how that's going when we had guys like Donnie Walsh here, right? You kind of trudge along, you build a SoCo team, and then you bank on that free agency period, and nothing happens. And then now you're making trades for guys like Carmelo Anthony. But yeah, I don't know. That article you said, man, just got me so incensed. One, because we lost that game, and then two, I don't know. I just don't know what this front office is doing. And you see it now. People are starting to not trust the front office. They're starting to say. I see people on Twitter say Leon Rose out. I have no idea what we're doing, man. Ethan, any thoughts on that? I think Nick G's in the building as well too. He might be away from the computer.
I'm right here.
Oh, you are? Oh, wow. You just wake up? Golly. Damn.
Yeah, my son just fell asleep, but yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Same, bro.
Okay.
I'm with you.
Yeah. Any thoughts on that, Nick G, Ethan? Before we head out of here on that article,
I mean,
and what the
how
Knicks
many-
did with Cooley.
we don't have the time to go through every team that has shady stuff to go along. How many LeBron stuff has happened like this? Um, Miami has their own little things that happens too. It happens all around the league. It's not unique to the Knicks.
Where did Newly come from? He came from his contract itself. What is his contract?
But we can't to be angry at it is kind of like
No,
okay, it's not your money. Who cares?
No, I'm not. I'm not angry at it. I'm more angry, more so angry at the Lakers. The deal for the Lakers. Like I don't. And please teach me, what was the benefit of us doing that deal?
But we don't know in the long run. Like, okay, remember, everything that happens is like there's a back channel to a back channel too. Sometimes you gotta rub, rub shoulders with agents just to get a seat with a guy, to talk to somebody, etc., etc. Like there's so much back channel and stuff like that. Like just the other day, I was reading an article where the one thing that Worldwide West has been pressing for is for Bradley Beal to leave. If we end up with Bradley Beal, are we all happy? I mean, who knows? We don't know. Like there's so much stuff behind the scenes that we don't know.
Right. Well, I'm hoping it rubs. Cause who was Fred VanVleet's agent? Because we definitely helped him out with that BS regarding him wanting to come to the Knicks. I don't know what the hell his
The-
agent is.
But the downfall for the Knicks is like how many free agents are just gonna say, "Oh yeah, I like playing at Madison Square Garden," but they don't even give us a meeting. Like that's the part that I want to see change,
Right.
which kind of
Well,
is
if we
slowly
can't get a
changing. It's
meeting,
just
I mean, cut you. Sorry.
no, it's slowly changing. It's just it hasn't changed, you know.
I mean, I just we couldn't even get a talk with Kyle Lowry, or we just seem to
I
not be
think
in the
that was
sweepstakes for
that
that.
deal was done before, long before, and that's the thing too. Like, okay,
But we're not even in
oh,
discussion, right? You're talking about these guys who have these connections. A kid, not say it means anything, but he's saying, "Oh, him and Josh Hart, oh, I love playing with Tibbs, that stuff." And we're not even we're not even being considered, right? Like I would hope that
mm,
we would have been at the table, and I want us to do legal stuff, right? I don't care giving up a second round if that means we sign a premier player. I love that type of stuff. So that's what I'm saying. I know you say a lot of stuff is behind the scenes. I just want to see it come to fruition because you know.
but how much of that stuff? Okay, we say that now,
Hmm.
but then when ESPN starts killing us, and then the reputation takes a hit, and then we start, and then people be like, "That's why you don't go to the Knicks." LOL, Knicks, and
My guy, if the Knicks get caught doing illegal stuff, and it works, I don't give a. First of all, the only time I even see ESPN clips is through Twitter. I could care less what ESPN is talking about. Like they don't, they mean absolutely no. They've been propaganda against the Knicks, whether it was warranted or not, for years. So I could care less. If that means we're getting not elite, but top players, and we could get a seat at the table, I don't care. Who gives a damn? George Steinbrenner, how many times was he caught doing illegal stuff? And he's considered, rest in peace, considered one of the greatest owners of all time. And all that guy did was illegal stuff behind the scenes. So that's how I want the Knicks to be. Do as much illegal stuff and get as many players and let people judge us. As long as we're winning and we're getting people to come here for whatever reason, I could care less. If we're not getting a pick, I'm not helping the Lakers out. Yep, facts. I don't want to seem crazy.
well,
Oh, I
but
forgot David
okay,
Piccolo. Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
so you help the Lakers, you help LeBron. Is there a LeBron person that we would want on our team? Um, just keep going down the line. Like, just you got to look at everyone's agent, everyone who talks to who.
Hmm.
Um, like to this day, uh, what's his name in Utah? Mitchell still trolls the Knicks. I don't think he's ever coming here. Like when they start taking that stuff down, then we could sit here and say, okay, we might get such and such or so and so. Until then, as long as we have the reputation and James Dolan, name comes up every once in a while, I don't think we're getting any free agents, or it has to be by
But
trade.
but then you agree with the trade part, but then you have to question the front office's ability because James Dolan has been relatively quiet. He hasn't done anything, right?
Now, last year he kicked someone out, and we had bad
Yeah,
reputation again.
but people, no. That I saw more people online like, yo, bro, you put it on yourself, bro. Like, because one, the Knicks were winning, so
No,
people
I
didn't
agree.
want to ruin the mood. But I think that James Dolan, in terms of he wasn't seen as a meddler. Oh, the baby's waking up. He
Yo,
wasn't seen as.
that's the baby.
Oh, let me be quiet.
Sorry,
No, you good. You good.
but go
Don't
ahead.
apologize. James Jones has been quiet, bro. He's allowed this front office to be the face of the Knicks. Um, and if they can't bring those guys over, if we can't do the legal stuff to bring guys here, bro, you do have to question the front office's ability. Because why else, like the connections of those, if that's not coming to fruition, why else were they brought here? Now, obviously, I think that the time to, not to say to judge him, I think like the true, like the bells will ring 2024, 2025, because that's when, the Spiders, the Cats, a few of those guys are coming off. And if they basically like, nah, I'm not going to the Knicks, then it's like, wow.
Now, I think 2023 is that year. I will be like judging this team and the front office. The reason why is the draft super deep.
Well, that
Two,
too.
It was super deep
um,
last year.
Well, I
Right.
don't care about the last two. The last two were trash.
No, they
Like
what?
we weren't in position to get a start where we were drafting. That's why I say
Yeah,
it's
but you
trash. Like
so many. Like, God.
I like Halliburton, but there were question marks with Halliburton.
Get question marks for
Obi
everybody.
Toppin still to this day had more trade value at that time. If you ask me again, he had more trade value at that time of the draft versus Halliburton. Now, of course, I wanted Halliburton,
Excuse
but
me.
it's up in the air. So you're still going down the line of like, okay, they're still like getting guys that are tradable too. There's more to it than just okay who you're drafting, because your guy Josh Christopher is just 6.6 points per game. Just saying, it's not like there was a star where we were drafting.
He's showing flashes. Grimes is what did Grimes do yesterday?
He's
Ain't
just a
6 points.
shooter that defends. That's it. Who cares? None of them are franchise guys. You're not maxing Josh Christopher.
I don't think it's about getting stars though. It's like Rokabitis. What are you doing with that? There are a few second round
He's
guys
doing
you could
well
have.
right now in Europe. I mean,
That's
who
Europe.
knows? You
That's
don't
freaking
know.
Europe. It's freaking Europe.
Luca came from Europe. You can't.
He's not. Don't please don't put those two in the same. Luca, come on, those. You're talking about
But you
generational
don't know.
talent versus a deep second rounder for a stash and a draft and stash, or as a draft and
Okay,
stash.
Guillermo, it's not that simple. That the franchise that he plays for, Yokobitis, is the
Barcelona,
best
I know.
franchise and
I,
best developmental franchise in Europe. They develop
do you watch their games?
pros.
Because I actually watch their games. I have the
I've
EuroLeague
watched like
TV.
one.
All right, it's not in
All
terms
I'm
of
saying is
development.
like
Is not that.
they're known for developing talent. Who knows? You don't know.
Yeah, I know. Maybe that's me. Maybe I take more of a certainty with the guys I have over here. Because there were a
Who was
bunch
a
of second.
certainty at that pick?
Could have picked Io. I think Io was available, right? No, Io may have not been available.
Yes,
But
he was.
oh, there was Io was available. Io was available.
I was available.
Boston.
BJ Boston was
I don't think
available.
Kessler was available there.
Uh,
Why am I
Kessler, yeah.
No, I think Kessler was a
Joe
little bit early.
Weiskamp.
Joe
No,
Wieskamp shoot
no.
at Spurs. I don't think Boston was there. Sorry, I don't think Kessler was there. I might be wrong with. I think he was
Yes,
picked.
he was. Kessler was a fifth, like the 48th pick. Broadcast was 34th.
Wow. And for a position that we needed, that wing position still an issue of trouble. That's giving us trouble. So I'm not itching on Rokas, man. Hopefully he's good, but sorry. I I don't know. I'm not trying to kill the kids. Come on, those.
I mean, the only downfall is like we're impatient, and only time would tell.
I gotta disagree with that. But
So you're a patient person, coach?
I don't know how people can say that Knicks fans are impatient. We haven't won anything in 45 years.
Excuse my French.
Like, what do you mean we're impatient? We haven't won anything.
Knicks fans have been patient, Nick, bro. For what we've
We
been
are
through,
not patient.
Knick fans have been. Who is more patient? Who would still sit there and support the Knicks like
You know
we
what it
do
is?
over the years,
It's not
bro?
even. It's not even the Nick. It's not even the championship. Aside from the championship, this franchise has been a footnote. It's been a whole bunch of nothing. It's not
I
like we're.
agree with you,
Yeah. So what do you mean we're impatient? We haven't even. We just want
bro.
some level of competency.
Bro,
We're not even
okay.
like a perennial playoff team. We're not even like a perennial top
When
6 seed team. We
when
haven't. We used to remember before this last decade. We used to trade away all our draft picks. When we've had draft picks the past 10 years, we haven't done anything with them. Uh, we we got rid of our star players unceremoniously.
true,
We had the Anuka Brown Sanders scandal. Dolan Brown, James Dolan, no one cares about him. LeBron has roasted us multiple times. We've had two chances at him and couldn't get it done. The only free agents that have come here have been Plan Bs, aka Amari Stoudemire, who no one else is going to insure, and Julius Randle, who was clearly Plan B. Durant didn't want to come here. Kyrie didn't want to come here. We missed out on Zion. We missed out on Steph. What do you mean we haven't been patient?
okay, all right. Let me add some color to your blocks.
Oh
So
my! Did you just try
number
to make a
one,
play on? Oh, go ahead.
number one, start off with the fact that all the free agents. we've had bad ownership that has deterred free agents. Start off there.
Yeah.
Now he's being quiet, which to me, I could always say we're too little too late, if anything, as a front office. Um, Going to impatient. When you talk about people booing Randall, the one thing that you have to look at is the fact that other teams, especially like those low country teams like Charlotte or something like that, they're not booing Randall, especially if he made an All Star game and dragged us to the playoffs. The the idea that the Knicks are just like patient. He's having a bad season. Even his first season was bad. Middle season, most improved, etc., etc., etc. We jump over the fact that other guys are missing shots. I sent a montage out of how many shots are missed in a game that Randall creates for other people. The idea that we're just gonna kill Randall and they boo at him and people say thank God he has COVID. Like
Oh,
the
that's
low
disgusting.
stuff that
That's
people
disgusting.
do on this franchise. When James Dolan got sick, what did people do? They say I saw on Twitter, I wish he dies.
But those are extreme examples.
Right,
Booing
right,
isn't
right.
extreme,
No,
but
but
the death
but
threat
you gotta
stuff's
understand that's
examples.
part of the reputation of being a fan of the fan base of this team,
Do you
and that
disagree? Hold on.
hurts.
But
Do
that
you
happens with
disagree?
Like
every
who
team,
wants to
though.
play for that?
But do
You
you
get
disagree with the? Do you disagree with the fans booing Randall? Because I don't I think they should have booed the
I don't
Knicks.
disagree. I don't disagree with either side. I think he should have flipped the whole fan base off.
yeah, I
I
didn't mind
think he
that.
should have cussed at everybody on the
That's
planet.
fine, but he deserved to get booed. The team deserved to
I
get
don't
booed.
disagree, but at the same time, like I'm still saying small market teams, which is what we really are. We just happen to be located in New York and valued at something, and we could always sell out crowds.
But we're not a small market team because we sell out crowds.
No, but we are a small market team
No,
in
no, no.
reputation.
Yeah, sure, but we're not a small market team.
And
I know what
please
We
you're
are
don't
saying,
in
right?
don't
We're not.
block
reputation. We
Sage.
need
Please don't block Sage in the chat, please.
He was spamming. No, I blocked because of spam.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it wasn't a message. He spammed it like 10 times in a row.
Okay, I got you.
Low country teams, no one goes to Charlotte Hornets games.
No, they don't. I could go to that game right now
I know.
for
So that's
$20.
right. They have no market share in the sports franchise
Every Knicks
economy.
games. Y'all should come down here for the Knicks games. Seriously, $20, man.
I know, but you know what I'm saying? Like Knicks games sell out every day.
I agree. But
So what do you mean? Like, there's a reason
we're
that
small market in reputation in the sense that
okay,
we we won't get the free agent. We won't get a second look at for somebody like for some of these players and stuff like that. Like we have to go like do overpays and do stuff in the margins. Like
I agree. That's fine.
that's the definition of a small market team, and that's where we are. Like
But that's in terms of reputation. In terms of fans, you can't say that we're like you said, a low country small market team in terms of fans because we're not.
you know what? Wait, hold on. So Randall is the only All Star we had. RJ Barrett is a top 3 draft pick, and none of them could even crack the top 20 in the largest market in the country in jersey sales. No support.
Barrett and Randall have to be two of the least marketable players I could think of in the NBA.
I agree, but at the same time, they
That's no one's
did
fault.
something
That's
over
no
their
one's
last
fault.
2 years.
That's no
And
one's fault. And when we had Melo, he was like top 5 every year.
I agree. I agree with that. That hands
I
down.
can't think.
But
I can't think of a less marketable person than Julius Randle. I actually can't think of a less marketable NBA player than
Oh, that's
Julius
true.
Randle or
I
RJ Barrett.
mean, you
RJ
could say
Barrett.
Derrick
I'm talking
Rose
about.
too.
I'm
The
talking,
whole team is unmarketable, to be
yeah,
honest.
the whole team is unmarketable. RJ Barrett. I'm talking about marketability only, not skill. Is probably one of the
Yeah.
least marketable young players I could think of that's come through in the NBA in the past decade.
Can't jump, can't shoot.
Yeah,
All of the above.
yeah,
There's nothing.
he's like
There's
a normal.
nothing to care about
He's
him.
literally a quiet Canadian kid. And here's my other thing though. The Knicks fans were booing Randall and the Knicks because in back-to-back games against the Celtics, we were down 20 plus.
You can't call the fans small market
Yeah,
because a small market team
yeah.
would not boo their
When
players no
if
matter
you
how
are
bad.
if you are down
matter how
20
bad they are.
points in back-to-back games against your actual rival, the Boston Celtics, then yeah, you deserve to get booed. And
I think.
and hold on,
Can we kill the rivalry stuff? Like we don't have a
but
rival.
it is a rivalry.
No,
It is
it's
a
not. We
rivalry.
never win nothing. We can't call that a
It's still
rivalry.
bad blood. It's still a rivalry. It is.
The Giants and
Those
Patriots, that's a
I'm
rivalry.
sorry. Yeah, the Knicks don't really have a rival with anybody, bro.
The
No,
games
we
sell
don't
out.
have a rivalry.
Okay, all right, how about this? You know when the fans started booing? It was when we were at home at MSG when the RJ shot. The fans, I'll tell you when the fans started booing. They started booing. It was in the third quarter. It was a 4-on-5 because Brown got poked in the eye. You remember that?
Mhm.
Anyone remember that? Chat?
Slightly.
All right, Brown got poked in the eye. The Knicks are on defense. Brown got poked in the eye on offense, and he stepped off the court. So it was 4-on-5, advantage Knicks. We were up 1. The Celtics on offense did not call a timeout. They just let, I'll find this play. They let Brown just kind of step off the court, and we were up a guy. And the Knicks still got scored on. And that's when the fans started booing because it was literally a 4-on-5. He was off the court. He was like in the stands with the photographers, and we left open a wide open layup. That's when the fans started booing, and then the lead was like 25 at that point or something like that. So yeah, you get to boo them when they're playing like that. You get to boo the team when they're
No,
just
I'm not.
not doing the whole
Again, I
pitch
don't
anything.
disagree with the booing.
All right, so and like I said, Randall also has the right to tell him to shush or thumbs down and do whatever he wants. So I'm like, but you can't say that we're a small market team for having some reasonable expectations of this team. Like, if you want to go out last year and say and do X, Y, and Z and make the playoffs and say you're tough and what was it? We're the Big 15. Was that Reggie Bull? Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And say all these
Yeah.
things in the media and hire a coach like Tibbs who's hard nosed and hard assed, and then not live up to those expectations, or rather set the expectations for the fans that that's going to be the type of team you're going to play or be, and then not fulfill those expectations, and then be mad at the fans for calling you out on them. It's different. I could even say when we were in the doldrums with Phil and we had a bunch of bums like Lou Atkinson playing 40 minutes a game, we didn't even boo the Knicks. It was just apathy because there was nothing really to be excited about.
Larry
But when the
Hughes,
team
baby.
when the team is actively booing like this, that means they have some level of expectation that the team set for them. It means that there is some buy-in from the fans.
Bro, I agree with
I'd rather
everything you're saying.
right, and I'd
Every
rather,
single thing
and
you're
that's the last thing I said. Sorry, this is the last thing I'll say. I'd rather them be booing than be apathetic. Because the thing about a game like the Charlotte Hornets, for example, I know they have Lonzo and all that stuff, but for most of Charlotte's history, the mood has been apathy. For most of insert team that's not one of the big markets, it's just been apathy. Milwaukee Bucks games before Giannis was just apathetic. No one cared. You had a fun Michael Red night once in a while, but no one really cared. That's like, when it gets to that with the Knicks, that's when it's going to be bad. So I'd rather them boo than be apathetic.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'd rather be. Apathy is when we know we're in trouble.
And I'm comparing Charlotte because, of course, I've been to more of their games.
Oh,
But
no, sure, but just to follow along
Charlotte,
with it.
in particular, in the South, it's football country. Like you tell someone you like basketball more.
Uh-oh.
Sorry.
Uh-oh.
You
No.
tell someone you like basketball more than football here, they look at you like you have two heads. For Charlotte in particular, especially comparing to the Knicks, like right now the fan base, and I put this text inside the thread. Charlotte is starting to like question, what's his name? The $30 million guy that we tried to
Hayward.
sign.
Gordon Hayward.
Gordon Hayward. It's like turning on him right now, but yet still they have never booed him, ever. They just act different. It's different. Like Dame Lillard, if he plays the way he's playing now or has played this season in New York, he's getting booed. He would never get that in Portland.
Yeah, but here's the thing,
That's
though.
a big difference.
Yeah, but here's the
And
thing,
that's
though.
that plays a role with the free agency.
But here's the thing, though. Now, a lot of these guys have been coddled since freaking middle school. But
look at what OKC did too. Like OKC did that with Westbrook and Durant.
But also there are stars who do one thing.
What they do with them?
Huh?
No, because I was gonna actually say something about OKC.
Where they didn't boo Westbrook.
Yeah, but here's the thing. When I was living in OKC, I was there during the Big Three, so they had Harden too, and Ibaka and Jeff Green and all those guys. If the Thunder had magically just disappeared over one night, no one would have cared. They had Durant, Westbrook, and all those guys, and they were playing the Lakers that year. Kobe was, our test and all. If the Thunder just overnight ceased to be a basketball team, no one would have cared. They just would have went back to Sooner football. So it's different. It doesn't like it. We gotta. It's not apples to apples here.
You also get treated like a god if you do good. That you don't get treated like. Well, you get treated like a. I don't say a guy. You do get treated well in some of these smaller markets, but the visibility, even your importance, your value, just gets like it gets magnified in the bigger cities versus some of these smaller places where you could be a beast. Like Michael Redd, I'm pretty sure when he goes to the Milwaukee Bucks, when he goes to the game stuff, they still cheer him and treat treat him with a lot of respect and they love him. If Michael Redd did that in New York, say Michael Redd had those early 2000 years where he was one of the best 3-point shooters in the league, and he played those years with say a Melo or something like that, and they got to the Eastern Conference, like he'd be treated like and that's all they got him to. He'd be treated like a god. So it works both ways, man. I just feel like with Knicks fans, like those extreme fans you're talking about, that happens in every organization, bro. Every organization. I've heard people talk about, killing him, do this to his daughter, his wife, outside of New York. You just have crazy fans, and that shouldn't be indicative. Those guys should not represent what New York is or any fan base is. I mean, the Knicks, we've been through a lot, man. Like, Knicks fans, we're the most loyal. We deserve to be able to boo somebody, and they could boo us right back. I have no problem with what Randall did. Okay, and he did well the second half. Do whatever you want. So, Knicks fans, man.
I agree with you, Guillermo. It's okay. Again, even though we don't watch ESPN, most of the people on these chats don't.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that's what plays with the ESPNs and the Foxes and whatever. Like and these athletes do watch that stuff too.
That is true, but these are the same stations that will put out anything salacious, even if there's no proof. If it just or a tint of proof,
anything.
They'll put out
and they
anything.
Would never dispute it or correct themselves.
Right, but these are the same guys, the same athletes that say, "Oh, I don't listen to Skip Bayless." Some of them do. "Oh, I don't listen to Stephen A." And they'll get up there and say that. So, but to me, I think it's more so if the Knicks do good, because look how quickly ESPN changed up last season, right? When the Knicks started winning, now, who's the girl who got fired? Not Michelle Beadle, Rachel Nichols. "Oh my gosh, my husband's a Knicks fan. I've always liked the Knicks, blah, blah, blah." It's the same lady who would do skits, almost, or not skits, but little segments, just to make fun of Knicks. Knicks didn't even play that day, just to make fun of Knicks. So I just think that if you win, all that stuff will change. Like, even if the Knicks were into legal stuff, I'm pretty sure they have enough people that they can implant at ESPN to kind of change the sway the message or the image of the Knicks. I think Knicks will be fine. Knicks just have to go out there, get players, which is on the front office, draft well, put out a winning product, and they'll finally get those players. The things will change. Like, James Dolan really is not, like, his name is not coming up. Even though we're not winning right now, for the little segments I see on ESPN or I see on Twitter about ESPN, they're not killing James Dolan anymore. They're not saying, "Oh, the same old Knicks." It says, "Oh, the Knicks lost, blah, blah." All right, let's move on.
I agree with all that. I just feel like it's going to take a while to fix this whole reputation thing. And I was every once in a while I think about doing a video, and I started doing some research on the Suns, and it took them like 4 years just to get to where they are now. It's just gonna take time, man. Like,
right, and this is what I agree with you, Nick, and this is why I think fans have a right to be so critical about the Knicks, because there needs to be a complete makeover for this team, but we keep doing the same silly stuff we've been doing for the past 20 years. Nothing's changed. Nothing has fundamentally changed for the Knicks. We had a glimmer. We had a little taste when we had Carmelo, and that was it. And we flubbed the lines there.
you know what? And I will say this about Melo. A lot of Knicks fans are mad at Melo and the Melo trade. I actually agree with the whole Melo trade. I just disagree with what the front office did after that.
Yeah, no, I agree with you.
Right.
Anyone who's mad about the initial Melo trade has no idea what they're talking about, and
Yeah.
I will take that to the grave. The
I
issue was
would
we can talk about we can do a Melo retrospect
Amnesty
later,
the
but
wrong guy. We understand.
amnesty the wrong guy. But you
I
know,
still have a problem with the trade, but I think I know what I'm
we should-
talking about because
we should do that. We should do those lineups that he had to play with. Anyways, but it's like this team has been perpetually rebuilding forever, and I, I don't know what Knicks basketball is. and I couldn't tell you what it is.
You know what? And I will say this. This is why the only era that the New York Knicks were not too little, too late, and I'll put it, and I'll describe what too little, too late is. We change our offense to be like fundamentals, move the ball around with Phil Jackson and stuff. We should have done that during the early 2010s. Too little, too late. We what was it? We start tanking with Porzingis at the wrong time. Like we should have been tanking months before. Like we started to tank. Too little, too late. We started to tank very late again with for the RJ Barrett draft. Too little, too late. Like you keep going down the line. Like we keep putting off little things that hold us back from like bigger success. Because when you compare us to Phoenix or on what they did, like Earl Watson was there for the whole season. We should have just stuck with Fizdale that whole season, and we would have had a much better draft pick that year. That would have been who was it? Lamelo Ball versus or Anthony Edwards instead of
Obi.
Obi Toppin. That's too little, too late. We started to tank. Well, we didn't tank at all that season. We should have, and we should have just stuck it out. But it's always like these weird moves that we make that's just always too little, too late. The only time like I said with the Mellow era was when Woodson had like small ball era and Melo played the four, but he didn't even want to do it. And that was like way ahead of its time because that's how we playing now. Or how the NBA is now. So like the first time that we were actually ahead, we we end up reverting back and like Woodson said it, it's a the East is big or something like that. He said it's a weird franchise. I don't sometimes it's hard to be a fan of this franchise, but geez.
I think also too because Dolan's not privy to not necessarily building a team, but to that idea because he's the one who hired Phil Jackson, who didn't want to come here. So Phil Jackson never truly had a plan to actually rebuild this team properly. It was all about the triangle, Frankie Laz getting Porzingis, who was a talent, but I don't think Dolan had in mind to say, okay, let me, because even this one now too. I mean, if you wanted to get that so-called player and just tank one, keep Fizdale, but then also make sure that these guys aren't hiring a win now coach in Tom Thibodeau, right? But Dolan doesn't. Again, he doesn't. He's not privy to build them to say, okay, look, I agree. Look, don't hire Phil Jackson or Tom Thibodeau. Get Johnny Bryant, whatever, as the whatever. We'll try to move from Randall. We'll just let these guys play out, put out a ish product, and move on from there. But he's just. I don't know. Maybe he went. I think he went for the credibility thing with the Leon Rose hire, but then those guys also try to feed back and say, yeah, we probably need a credible coach to come over to the Knicks, and probably got the worst coach if you wanted to tank and rebuild this team. They got the worst coach possible.
Well, but Gmo, you gotta understand too. Like, now this is where you gotta be critical of James Dolan. He works for a corporation. He has shareholders. A bad product in New York where
those
they
shares
now
are doing
start
good without
losing money,
those shares are doing
and they
good
don't
without the
have people
Garden.
coming to the games, huh?
Those shares are doing good without the Garden, bro. Like because they have
No, no,
two
no, 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 no. What I'm saying is like every every corporation has to show
profits.
reports and profits of every department. Madison Square Garden is a department. If at any point in time it's losing money, people are not showing up, and it's a bad reputation, or even like at one point in time they were talking about
It
like
means
picketing the franchise and protesting. That may look bad for the shareholders.
let me help you out.
And
Let me help you out. Let me help you out. One, MSG makes money even in times of when the team is doing bad because one, the TV deals. Two, people still watch the games and still go to the games. Three, I'm a Manchester United fan, and Coach could attest to this. It don't matter how bad your team is doing when you win these mega teams. and shareholders
Brand.
could give a damn
Yeah.
about how good you are as long as you're bringing in money and the shares are doing good and their equity is fine. That's all they care about. MSG shares, because then it's split into two, right? You have the entertainment side where people still, the Knicks can suck as long as MSG sells out because not Miley Cyrus, give me Katie, one of these people, Katy Perry, one of these
Doesn't
freaking,
matter. It doesn't matter.
whatever.
Yeah, I
As
know
long as
who
those
you're
people
talking about.
come,
Whatever
so
concert. They're
yeah,
selling.
as long as that money's coming in, and that's what a lot. I think like Real Madrid, like coach, correct me if I'm wrong. That's how like their president,
Florentino.
Florentino. That's how. Remember, he got voted in, and he turned like their stadium to like a commercial something, and it like that's how they were able to pay off
Well,
debts and stuff.
I was gonna add in the reason the Knicks will never lose money is because they own their own contracting. So anytime, so like if you have a concert at a random stadium, you usually can hire third-party contractors and third-party facilities. You know what I mean?
Right.
Third-party lighting, but MSG is in-house.
Mm-hmm.
So anybody who wants to play in New York City in the middle of the marquee stadium has to pay MSG their dues so they can run the show. So they make hand over fist.
Yeah.
They're never gonna run out of money. Like they own their own.
No, I
Yeah, they own
agree
their
with
own
that,
thing.
the
and
Yeah.
stock price doesn't move
and
for
it's a
ish.
very big corporation.
down.
It's just that I'm talking about like the specific department because there were shareholders that were calling for them to just sell the team. Like
Of
That'll
course.
that
all right.
was a thing at
So
one
here's my
point,
thing. Yeah, it is. And here's my
and Bill
thing on that.
Simmons was saying it was the Obama group, but
It,
they
Of course,
just couldn't
yeah.
get together 6 billion or
well, here's
8 billion,
the
I
issue.
think is what it was.
Dolan is never dropping in this franchise. Period.
I don't think so
He's not
either.
gonna.
Nope.
He's
No,
never
he's not.
dropping it. And he's the only. And he's the. I'm not a Dolan fan, if you couldn't tell.
Nope.
He's never selling this team, so we're stuck with him until he gets tired of it. But he is not changing this because he also owns the Rangers and lets them do whatever they want and win
Yep.
games and have hockey people. He doesn't care because he knows that's another legacy franchise that he's going to make money off of. The Knicks, he sits at the high chair of the Knicks. He runs the
does.
damn show. And
He
that's why
does.
we're in the shop. I don't care who he says he hires. You know nothing goes through the Knicks without going through Dolan. You know it doesn't.
Yeah,
His muddy prints all over the franchise.
Jerry Jones, very
It's the
Jerry
Jerry.
Jones.
Yeah, at least they are relatively successful. This is like he knows he owns one of the marquee franchises in all of sports, not even just the basketball. No, all the sports. We are more marquee than a lot of professional soccer teams and football teams. We're up there, and it's like he knows he owns it. It's a cash cow. It's a golden goose. It'll never run dry because of its location. There is little incentive for him to actually make this team good. We haven't been good in 35 years, so it isn't like it's affected the price. There's little incentive for him to really, do a full overhaul. He's gonna keep doing these patchwork moves to do all this stuff. So I don't know. It's just unless he magically overnight becomes a basketball savant or decides to do what he did with the Rangers and just let basketball people run this, it's just going to be a whole bunch of stop and start, come and go. Because think about it, I want to talk about Fizdale real quick. The Fizdale debacle
Excuse me.
wasn't just because Fizdale was a weirdo. The Fizdale debacle was a debacle because the NBA players embarrassed us that summer. We only hired Fizdale because it was assumed that he was going to be coaching his friends Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. That's the only reason we hired David Fizdale because that was part of the deal. We're bringing you in because those are your guys from the Heat. Remember Miami? He was the Miami coach when LeBron was there. You're gonna be or whatever. We're gonna be coaching your guys, and you know these guys and X, Y, and Z, and players coach and all that. And then they hired him to do that. KD said no, or we said no, or whatever the story is, and they gave him a patchwork group of players, and it was embarrassing, and he didn't want them, and he wasn't ready for the job. So like that's where we're at, man. Like that's where we're at. And this Leon Rose thing, the reason why I haven't given them any credit is because they don't really deserve any credit. The only thing they did was the D Rose deal, which was the easiest thing in the universe to do. Me or you could have just done that. They haven't
That's
done
probably because
anything.
of Tibbs.
We've had 2 seasons now in which the Knicks have had cap space in the summer. And the only thing we've had to show for it is overpaying Fournier, re-signing Noel,
And Kemba in City Edition jerseys for marketing.
and City Edition jerseys. So no, this is more the same. I'm calling a spade here, and that's why I brought up and then I'll leave because I have to go. But that's why I brought up that Athletic article about the Australian dude. Because yeah, every team clearly has backdoor deals, but this is another backdoor deal in which the team hasn't really earned the right to do backdoor deals. They've done a whole bunch of nothing. So the only thing I'm getting is backdoor deals. I'm not getting any actual moves. And I bet you this trade deadline is gonna be the same. It'll be a little moderate move or a lateral move or maybe a slightly decent move, but we're not gonna change anything. The more things change, the more things stay the same, I guess. But that's my beef. So I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, man. This it makes me see this upcoming trade deadline. I really don't think anything's going to happen. The 2023 draft is important, but 2024, 25, because I was looking at the names of 2023, I think a lot of those guys they're not coming to the Knicks. Those are the Hardens, and I don't think Jokic is coming. I doubt he comes to the Knicks. But 04, 05 is the Cat and the Spider and all that. So I think that's what they're saving up for, but we'll see. But any last thoughts before we head out of here? I appreciate you guys. This was a good episode, especially with the draft. I wish Nick was here for the draft, but unfortunately,
I've skipped everything about this draft.
Any other thoughts before we head out of here, man? On anything, Ethan, Coach, Nick? Nope.
Nothing really.
Nah, nothing to add, man.
All right. Well, I appreciate you guys coming on. I guess tomorrow we are playing the Spurs. This will be the first game to see Vassell. Hopefully he doesn't put 30 on us or something like that. But thank you guys.
Be a win. That's a win for us.
That's a win for us. Okay, I hope so. Again, January 23rd is when death starts.
Clay got a poster. If that makes.
Yeah, I saw. Yeah, I saw. He said that afro's annoying, but yeah, Clay Thompson. First game back today. They did beat the Cavs.
He had 17 in 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's not fair. But anyway, it's not fair. It's not fair that they have a Clay. Anyway, guys, thanks for coming on. Peace, Lou. God bless. I will see you guys here tomorrow. And going forward, I will try to do it on Sundays now that the NFL is done. So Sunday should definitely be probably even more easier than doing it on the weekdays, unless we have a game, of course. So hopefully Sundays we could do the weeklies. But until then, guys, peace, Lou. God bless. Make sure to leave a comment at the end of the video. Let me know what you guys think about any of these topics. Especially on the draft stuff, even though at the end I think Nick and coach's discussion on the franchise was definitely an underrated part of the show. But please leave your comments at the end.
No, sorry, that was a little bit. I realize now that was a bit kind of ranty and sad.
No. Stop this fake humility. It was perfect. Don't do that. It was fine. Don't say all that crap, bro. I asked you to talk about this stuff. It's perfect. I love that.
One part of your show and all that.
Yeah, bro, it was great. What are you? Anyway, this guy, Coach, he just annoys me. The whole Jaden Ivey thing just annoys me. Anyway, peace, salute, God bless. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Coach, don't do that. Peace, salute, God bless. I'll see you guys.